Demi Moore is wrapped filming on G.I. Jane, in which she plays a Navy SEAL combat officer. Moore says that in contrast to other Hollywood portrayals of women in the military, her character will have giant breasts.
I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane job.
Adam, I got to talk to you. You've been working with all these guys. You've been working with Norm, probably. You've been working for him with him for a long time.
Yeah, but Normie, no, I think what he's bringing up was when me and Norm, when we did Billy Madison, I said I would tell the story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the first time you guys worked together in a movie, right?
Yeah.
Movie. I mean, it was the first movie.
That was our first movie.
Hey, we're right here, guys. We're right here.
Yeah.
Wow, this is great. When I graduated first grade, all my father did was tell me to get a job. Hey, you want to feed that donkey some beer? Get it all messed up?
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Norm and I did the movie, and Norm is, we didn't know each other's acting style. Yeah?
Right.
So me and Norm are best friends in the movie, and we're out at the pool. We're doing a pool scene. I'm Billy Madison, of course, so old Billy's going to talk to you and Frank.
I played Frank.
You're going to turn and clarify everything to him?
I get nervous with Normie behind me, but
yeah.
Man, why did I have so many drinks I can't remember? What's today? October? It's Nudie Magazine Day!
So anyway, so I'm doing a scene with Norm at the pool, and I tell him, I say my line. I think I did it very well. And then I'm like, let me see how Norm, ping-pongs this line back. and so there was a little bit of a delay, and I was like, old Norm likes to take his time.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe it's an acting technique, right?
Maybe he's going deep for this.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm waiting a little longer, and I'm like, wow, he's really milking this one. And then a few more seconds, I noticed old Norm was sleeping. Right? Remember that?
I got to start.
Sir.
You fell.
Oh, man, Billy, I just thought of the funniest thing. Billy? Where's Billy?
He's in school, man.
Oh, yeah.
Asleep while the camera was rolling.
Well, they wanted me to play a drunk.
That's right. That's right.
And so I said, you got some booze?
No,
But also he called me Frank, and in my mind I was thinking, who the is Frank?
That's right.
You know what I realized with that movie as I was doing it? Because the movie was grown-ups. And I, in the movie, kept going, like, every time they were at a scene, I kept walking up and going, hey, guys, can I be in it?
Oh, yeah, it was at the
"No."
beginning and end of every scene.
So I realized that halfway through, wait a minute.
Damn, no, it was the best.
It
You
feels
killed
like
the
a
hardest at read-through, too.
This feels like a guy trying to get in a movie. It was like I had shown up on the set. In real life, I'm a famous actor, Norm MacDonald. But in this movie, I play an unknown man named Geezer. Hey, Lenny, you old son of a bee sting. I heard you were in town. You remember who I am, right?
Yeah. The guy from on Golden Pond, right?
On Golden Pond. You still got it. It's Geezer. Well, Geezer, I play Geezer, who is me, actually. Geezer's just an old chunk of coal that, they're going to have a 4th of July fireworks on the lake, on a barge. Can I at least go with you guys to that and watch it, It'll be like the old days.
We used to do that.
Well, hey, if we didn't, we should start. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Geezer's always like the odd man out. Hey, Lenny, you guys are all eating here. How come nobody phoned me?
Well, no, we just kind of ended up
You
here.
make me sound like I'm some wicked witch of Milan.
I
need so not for I do good things. I do charity for children.
Yes.
Well, hey, is that your wife sitting on the crapper?
Yes.
He wants to be a diamond someday, just like everybody.
So it says to the judge, if it lasts for 6 years, it isn't really a temporary restraining order, is it?
Whoa, hold on. The idea was Fred and Adam were talking, and instead of just having actors, just make it all guys that Sandler knows and loves, I hope. He loves me because I love him. Hey, it's me, Geezer. I'm your husband's best friend. It's so fun to be around these guys because Sandler is like hysterically funny. Chris Rock, David Spade, Schneider, Kevin James is incredibly funny. So being around these guys, it's hard. It's very hard for me to be the funniest of all. But I do it. I manage. Man, Hilliard's daughter is looking incredible.
Oh, yeah. The blonde or the brunette?
The hot one.
Ooh. Finally a man shows up. You like what you see?
Ooh, yes.
You're gonna have to catch it.
Well, I gotta go. I hate to leave you, but I'll chase him to the end of the earth. What people don't understand about movies is you have to memorize literally hundreds of words and then say them in a row. Lenny, I didn't get to hang out with you all week.
Oh, Geezer, we're hanging out now, aren't we? I'm sorry, man.
You know, it's an interesting thing. You say sorry. You know sorry is not in the Bible. Please forgive me. That's the way they say it in the Bible.
That's cool. That's an interesting fact.
Completely true, except for the Bible part. So it's fun to be able to improvise because it's so hard to remember words in the order they're supposed to be. Hey, what about they're going to have a 4th of July firework. Listen, it's not as hard. It's not as hard as coal mining, but it's actually harder than coal mining. But I like to say it's not as hard as coal mining because it makes me sound like a man of the people. It's actually much harder than coal mining. Those coal miners, man. Huh. What do you call a kangaroo wearing sunglasses? Beats me. Usually on movies, you have to work with actors, and that's not that fun. But when you work with your old buddies, that's the coolest, yeah. Since when do you guys stand in lines? Don't you remember what you used to do without me all the time?
Backdoor shuffle.
Yeah.
Are we really gonna do this?
Backdoor shuffle.
Hey, come on. Can I come along?
No, you just stay, keep our place in line.
I'll stay.
Okay,
I'll stay here then.
Ladies and gentlemen, a sad moment in grown-ups history. We're saying goodbye to Norm MacDonald.
Thank you very much.
Ever the grace to the shores and water.
Thank you, Dennis.
These broken pieces I hold in my hands don't have a chance to mend at all. Before they get thrown into chaos again, I try to pretend I'm whole enough to stand in this world, so I stay. Too magic to win. I'll play you over and over.
No, I used to hang out with Norm MacDonald a lot. Me and Norm were really close.
God, I loved him.
And we used to go play tennis. And after we'd play tennis, we'd go into like the 7-Eleven. And we'd always do this thing where we go, okay, we're going to go in together. And each of us has to point at one item and make a joke about it. And it was really hard. Like people think making jokes as a comedian is easy, but it's not. But I'll never forget Norm did this. It's the only one I remember. But I pointed to, you remember those things, animal crackers?
Yeah.
And I pointed to the animal crackers, and Norm just goes, that horse cock didn't taste very good.
There's a lot of guys who sort of all of a sudden are like real big players.
Yeah, Norm got his own TV.
Norm's doing well. What?
What?
You hang out with Norm, or is it impossible?
It's pretty impossible because he's crazy.
He is.
In LA, I call him and he goes, I go, what happened last week? I called you to go on. You called me? And I go, yeah. On my phone? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got that. I go, you didn't call me back? No.
And he's serious.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And yeah, I know. Like, I have him on the show.
I love him, though. He's the funniest guy around. I think you need to be kind of crazy to be really funny.
He is very funny. I love him, too. And he has a gambling problem, you know. Yeah, he was telling us
no
how
secret.
He was all excited that he had 80,000. He won $80,000 in Vegas, but he had lost like 100,000 on basketball.
Right, and that's on nickel slots. That's how serious he is.
Did you always know he had a gambling problem?
Mm-hmm.
You did. When did you know that? At Saturday Night Live?
I first knew he had a pee in a bottle problem.
Right.
Remember that? You always talk about
Yeah, it's
that.
great.
And then I knew...
Does he still save his urine? Do you know?
I don't know. He used to put it in Ziploc baggies, sign it, and send it to fans.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
But he did. He would take... After Saturday Night Live, they give you a car, a limousine, if you want to go to the party, and he would take it to Atlantic City.
Really?
He's a hard ass. He's hardcore, dude. I
know he'll even get into fist fights.
And then he'll stay at a table for hours and hours.
What do you think of that?
I feel lucky.
And then you don't even know if he's married or single. It's never really clear.
I don't know, but I know girls like him. He's when you're something's that wrong, they pick up on it and like it.
They like the tragedy of that.
Fixer-upper, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make him a regular guy.
Right, but it never worked.
So one time I had to open up for him this is at a casino. We're doing like a casino gig in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Wow.
And Cherokee Creek Casino, I think. And it could have, I don't know, this cool lady that I think maybe tried to make love to somebody, but she also helped us get the gig. And Norm was fucked up. I think that when he went on after me, and like I don't even think for the first 7 minutes, I don't even think he said anything, right? But the crazy part was the next day, we had to play cards too the next day. You had to like be there for the weekend, you know? So we go to the card tables, and Norm's like, man, there's a lot of good pussy in here. And I don't know him really well. So I'm looking around this room, bro. There is zero attractive women, right? There's zero attractive men, okay? Right. So it's not, even if you wanted some ass pussy, there's nothing. Yeah, it's a casino. And it's a gambling game. It's poker.
Yeah.
5-card poker, you know? So... Yeah. And I'm just thinking, well, I guess I just agree with him. You know, he's getting older, and maybe he has a different perception of what's attractive. And I'm like, yeah, man, there sure is. He goes, fuck no, there isn't. Like he had played me, like he's like, this is the ugliest batch of people I've ever seen.
I don't know if Norm still tours. You'd be a good compliment for Norm, man.
You don't think I'm too much, too similar?
I don't know. I think it'd be funny.
Jeez, he's my hero.
I think it'd be work. Yeah.
I'd be blown away.
Yeah, the guy's amazing.
Never met him.
Very funny. It's such an impressive stand-up to see live.
Yeah.
Because you think right before he goes on, I opened up for him for about a year, and after we did Dirty Work, and then he always think like no matter where you are, you think like he's not going to make it. Like he goes, he's holding his stomach. He goes, I can't do this, man. I'm not going to make it here. I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on. I want to quit. Like, he'll be fine. And you got to push him in front of the microphone. And then he does an hour and 45 and like destroys. Doesn't take the mic out like this, like, and then he just leaves.
Yeah. I saw him at Caroline's when I was broke. I was poor. I wasn't even in the club, so I had to pay the real fee. I couldn't be like, I'm a comic. They didn't know me.
I know. And you mean the fair prices over there too?
Yeah, right. I spent like $70.
That's great when you're broke.
Yeah. And I went and saw him, and he was killing, and he got heckled in the middle of the show, and he's drinking a Coca-Cola, and he just goes, it's dead silent, this tension, like what's he gonna say? And he just goes, I don't know what to do about that, And then he goes back to the act. I've never seen anyone handle a heckle like that.
I don't know how to do about that. Now sometimes I just go,
Funniest guy on the planet.
No, he really is. He's up there. He's very, very funny. He's a fun guy to talk. See, doing the road with a guy like that is fun for the late night conversations that last till 6 a.m.
Right.
About show business, about who he hates.
Yeah.
Like you start talking about who you hate.
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's the funnest stuff.
Oh, and who sucks and who you hate and this and that and the other thing, and then of course
Norm stories. I got 2 good Norm stories. Good. My first comedy club gig ever is in Catch a Rising Star, Princeton. And Norm MacDonald, this is 1990 or 91. Norm's done a few local talk shows in America, small time, but he hasn't made it in America. He's kind of got a little following, but now he's starting to headline in America at comedy clubs. This is at a time where in New Jersey, if you weren't telling dirty nursery rhymes wearing a leather jacket, you weren't really interesting to anybody. But here's Norm, this goofy Canadian accent, really telling these long, weird bits for 8 shows. And he probably bombed 3 out of 8 shows. whenever he killed, he would kill. When it was a sophisticated crowd, he would get him and he would kill. He would just go backstage, he'd pull out a deck of cards, and he'd make me and Rich Voss play poker with him. When he bombed, Norm would go to the exit and say goodbye to every single person who left. Just to be weird and make us laugh and be awkward for the people. He would thank everyone for coming after he bombed.
Serious?
He was such a nut.
I love that. That's a committed person. But that's what I love.
You were Norm's assistant?
And I was Norm's assistant, and I wish I could like go back to
You
those
got any
days.
Norm stories?
Yeah, I hear this is my best Norm story.
Yeah.
So I went to the guys would like take me out, like Keckner and Norm and Spade, and they're all fucking gems, like really, really nice guys. They were always so nice to me, and I think they liked having me around because I was like a young kid, and I would laugh, you know, and I was just in fucking heaven, like. So they'd take me out. They took me out one night, and they were getting drunk and whatever, and so I meet this Australian girl, and you know, we go back, fool around, whatever, and I come into work the next day. And I turn to Norm and I go, I gotta tell you something, man. I go, and don't tell anybody. And he goes, oh yeah, I won't tell anybody, you know. And I go, like, last night I went out with this girl, the girl at the bar. She goes, she snorted cocaine off my cock, like that. And I was like, I don't know, I'm 20 years old or whatever, you know. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm in the city for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And he goes, wow. He goes, oh my God, that's crazy. Cocaine after your cock. And I go, but don't tell anybody, you know, 'cause I don't want anyone to know. Like, and so then maybe like, I don't know, 5 minutes later, the fucking UPS guy comes in, you know, with the packages or whatever. And he's like, oh, hey, Daryl. And he's like, hey, Norm, how you doing? He's like, hey, you see this guy right here? Guy likes to get cocaine snorted off his cock. And I was like, you know, now I wouldn't be embarrassed, but I'm fucking mortified. I'm like, I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah.
And he did it. He did it for like 3 months.
To everybody.
At any point, like I'd be standing there with the jokes. He'd be like, Jason, go get the jokes. And he'd be smoking on the hallway, and he'd be like, no. Because, you know, he fucking had like a really high bar for jokes. Like, fuck that. I'd be like, oh my God. And then there'd be like a page standing next to him. He'd be like, hey, you know, Jason? Guy likes to have cocaine snorted off his guy. So fucking funny. He did it to my mom. He said it to my mom once.
No.
Yeah. And then I remember because the other part of the job was that I would work the door at the parties. And my mom came down for the party.
At the after party.
The after party.
Yeah.
And she, and I was trying to keep Norm away from my mom so he wouldn't say that to my mom. And of course he goes, you know, Jason likes to have cocaine. Snorted off his cock. And my mom was great. She goes, well, I bet you do a lot of weird stuff too, Norm.
Can you share some of the stuff?
With Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you have with Norm?
It was just, he reached out. He was a big, when people were going through it, Norm was one of the guys that would always reach out. And yeah, that was it. Just reached out. He sent me some cool stuff about like, funny will win.
Yeah.
That was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
amazing.
like, there's a war right. I don't want to spill the beans on a nice thing, but it was like,
You guys had a private thing.
yeah, it was cool.
But
and
he
it
was
ended,
very supportive
yeah,
when you were
and
going
he
through your
spoke
stuff.
like poetically.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it ended, one of the messages ended with like, in a war for comedy, I think the ones with jokes will win. And I was just like, yo,
Yeah.
That's fire.
Norm MacDonald is king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
amazing.
in no way has to do that.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
To reach out, you know, especially at that time, I thought was really cool.
It was 2 years ago. I mean, he had,
Yeah, as he's battling something, no disrespect,
Yes.
way worse.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, hey,
Yeah.
you need help?
I was with Adam Egget most of the time in Austin. The guy, you know Adam?
Yeah. From
And-
the store, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So me and Adam went to the Cowboys-Eagles game, and we were hanging out, and the whole time, because he was best friends with Norm.
Yeah.
So he was like
Yeah.
going through it, but he went through it the same way as like we just talked like Norm the whole time. Like the whole game, we were like, you must have. Yeah, you got hit pretty hard. You know what's worse than getting hit like that? Blood cancer. It's no good, that blood cancer. Just like that the whole time. It was great. I hope that wasn't sharing too much for Adam.
No.
But it was fun. Norm's the best.
Yeah.
Well, it was, but he died of fucking. Oh, right. I forgot he fucking vanished.
Yeah.
Norm.
Yeah.
Classic.
Nah, he's a fucking man.
I remember it was me, him. He came to. I think he was
doing a show with Spade in Irvine, and I went to go watch, and he came we went like by the dumpster afterwards, and it was me, him.
Oh, I know what you're talking about outside.
Yeah.
There's that little outside area where you park. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there was one other person there. I don't remember who was there. So he said, "Hey, bro, you want to get stoned?" I went, "Nah, man." I stopped. He goes, "What? Jesus Christ! Fucking guy from Half Baked, you can't fucking stop getting high. The fuck you dying about?" He was so angry that I didn't want to get high. He was so pissed.
He was genuinely pissed.
The fuck is that? Who the fucking bro? You gonna fucking get high? Jesus Christ! The fuck is he's trying like that? Jesus Christ, bro! What the fuck? He was so he judged me now, and no. I stopped for a while, man.
Like
That's
I
all.
smoked it all.
I did everything.
I smoked as much as I
I
could.
beat the shit out of marijuana.
Yeah, dude.
Hard.
Yeah, I think you won.
One hitters. I was crushing it. I'm meeting Vaughn years before, talking about punching elephants in the nuts. Been there, done that.
I did it. Yeah.
I would go down to the comedy club, and I remember NORM MACDONALD would come through, and he was probably 25 years old, right? And I'm 16 in the audience, and then I got to become this huge fan of NORM, and he was NORM. But back then, there wasn't a lot of people doing stand-up like NORM. Like there wasn't this sort of angle of sort of this absurdity to it. This sort of. It was more of a structured, down the middle way of doing stand-up back then, and so NORM was this sort of, it
was a curveball.
Yeah, this sort of curveball, and we just couldn't get enough of it. So every time we was in town, we'd be down there. But Howard Wagman told me this story about NORM, and the first time he came down to do stand-up at Yuck Yucks in Ottawa, and he got off stage, and he was disappointed in how it went. NORM was. He said, "I'm never doing this again." He walked down the street. Howard Wagman chased him down Spark Street in Ottawa and said, "No, that was great. You're coming back." And he made him come back, and the rest is history.
I was on a plane with him accidentally twice.
Nice.
Twice.
That must have been amazing.
Twice on two separate occasions. Just totally random. We sat next to each other on the plane. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And the last one, it was so funny because he was telling me about how he quit smoking. Yeah, I quit smoking. It's fucking, turns out it's real bad for you. Like, this whole thing about quitting smoking. And we're talking about it, like, how hard was it to quit? This whole thing. The moment we land, he walks into the gift shop, buys a pack of cigarettes, and he's lighting them before he gets out the door.
Yeah.
And I go, "I thought you quit." He goes, "I did, but all that talking about it made me want to smoke."
Yeah, it's probably all an elaborate setup, right? He probably was planning it the whole way.
I don't know.
Who knows? He probably doesn't even smoke. He was just doing it as a gag. No, he was.
Did you know he was sick?
I didn't know.
No, me either. You said you had two stories. There was what's the other one?
Oh, so he'd invite me over to SNL once in a while to play poker on off nights, on Monday nights or something, and to watch him play poker while watching Monday Night Football and a baseball game. Like, he was a gambler,
right?
And I guess somehow one time I found myself on a tape night on a live SNL. I'm in the hallway with a bunch of pages, writers, basically plus ones filling out the hallway. I don't know if I'm sure you've been up there enough to know that where the reception is, there's a lot of hubbub.
Right.
You can go to the dressing rooms this way, and to the right is the studio, and makeup, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I believe Rosie O'Donnell was hosting SNL, and her very best friend Penny Marshall was there to support her. Penny Marshall, at the height of her movie director swag, is walking through the hallway with her head down, sunglasses on, baseball hat, doesn't want to be bothered, treating all these basically writers and NBC employees and me and Norm as big-timing us, pretending we're just looky-loos out on the street, right? Just doing a celebrity don't bother me moment.
Flyby.
Flyby, thank you. And Norm picks up on it and he just starts pointing and screaming, Laverne! 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 And she didn't look up. She never knew it was Norm. She was just gone. You know?
Oh my gosh.
And of course, the whole hallway's falling down. Like,
I wonder if he's doing it.
He did Last Comic Standing. He was the only honest judge. He would tell comics they were hacks. It was awesome. The comics hated him. Joe List did it, and he goes, Joe, you're a very good writer. And Anthony Jeselnik goes, hey, Joe, that Norm just called you ugly, which is such a great line.
Damn.
But, oh, my God.
I met him twice, and the first time I met him was I was doing this comedy-style competition at Caroline's, and it was the Final Four. It was me, Dan Soder, who eventually beat me in the final two. It was me, Soder, Nick Cobb, and Adam Newman.
Wow.
And Norm MacDonald was just chilling in the crowd, watching.
Damn.
And he couldn't have been nicer. He was so freaking nice to all of us.
Yeah.
Complimenting our acts, being like, man, I could never do this type of thing, you know.
Ah.
So cool. And then the other time I met him was on Last Comic Standing when he was a judge, and I got eliminated in the first round. I had a pretty good set, better than a lot of people who moved on, but it's NBC, let's face it.
That's how it goes.
But I remember I had one joke that Norm singled out and goes, that joke is gold. And that to me was like, it was, to me, I didn't even feel that bad. I got locked off because I was like, Norm MacDonald, who is the judge that I connected to his work the most, it was Roseanne and Keenan. I connect to Roseanne's politics, of course, but no. But it was Roseanne and Keenan Ivory Wayans, and like obviously I love In Living Color, but Norm, I'm a comic. Norm was the guy I connected with, and the joke he loved was I said, you know, my last girlfriend was a hoarder, and she broke up with me, which stings extra hard. I'm like the one thing she can get rid of, and he said he loved that joke, and then I got Keenan kind of digged me in the last comic thing. He said, I like some of your jokes, but not all of them. And I said, well, I loved all your scary movie films. And it got a huge laugh. And he said, I only did the first two. And I was like, all right. I remember I saw Norm in like the food.
Yeah.
He couldn't let it pass. He couldn't take the L on that one. I knew I was out after that.
Right.
And then I'm walking through the thing. It was like a break. I guess they were taking a break, the paid audience. And I see Norm and he goes, I really like that you dug it.
Oh.
So that was a special moment.
He's the real deal. He really is.
Yeah, I think he could tell. And I said I met you once at Caroline's, and I told him I really.
I was there for one of the greatest Norm moments in comedy history. I think he was kicked. He was kicked out of Nebraska.
That sounds realistic.
And you can maybe look it up later. Where it says Norm MacDonald was kicked out of the state by the governor, and he went on Letterman to talk about it. And I want to say it was like 1996 because I just finished my first year at SNL. It was 95, so it was the summer of 96. And I remember going on tour. There you go. You saw it. Go down. Yeah, kicked out of Iowa. That's me talking about it.
Okay.
But anyway.
Should we look on a video or should we look on a story?
Don't look at that. I want to see the real. There has to be a headline.
How Norm MacDonald got kicked out of Iowa?
Yes.
Okay.
Gazette. There you go. Okay. All right. So many were disgusted. Some were delighted. So he's supposed, now you understand something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time me touring with a star.
Okay.
We go to the airport and people are like, oh my God, you're Norm MacDonald. I'm like, wow, this is everywhere we went. Oh my God, you're Norm MacDonald. We show up at the university. He's like, I got to go golfing with the fucking governor tomorrow. They made me a fucking golf. Fucking governor.
Yeah, what is that game where you fucking hit the
right?
thing?
So I'm like, he's with a governor. This is huge. Who gets to say that? So it's me, Daryl Hammond, and him.
And you both of you guys went?
We're on the gig.
Okay.
We're going out. He's telling us.
Hammond, yes.
And so we get to the gig, and is packed. And they go, now listen, there's kids here, and there's students and alum and the dean and all these people here. So
that's the worst.
they're like, yeah, clean. I get it. No worries. I go, we're in Sunny Lake. I guess that's why we got you guys, because you're used to live TV. Blah, blah. So Daryl goes up first, does his 20 minutes, does impressions, does his comedy, hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I go up, do my 20, feel great, crush it. Norm goes up. I'm not even exaggerating. The first thing he says, he goes up, he goes, it's like, I'm preparing. I'm like, this is going to launch my career. Are you kidding me? This is going to be huge. I'm going to be all. He goes, fucking, where the fuck are we? First person to even curse. Right? I went, oh, shit, he cursed. And he goes, so if you're gay, would you rather be the ass guy or the dick guy? This is what he starts off with. So I go, Daryl, you gotta come see this. And he's going, and he won't stop. He's like,
Daryl's just being depressed in the back.
Because if you're the ass guy, why do you want to be the ass guy? I mean, first of all, he's going on. People are grabbing their kids, running up the aisle. I never saw a place clear out. It looked like a fire alarm was going off. But the college students were staying, and they were howling with laughter. And one thing, and then in the middle, after about 15 minutes, he goes, Jesus Christ, what do you want to do? You want fucking airplane jokes? You want fucking 7-Eleven jokes? Jesus Christ, fuck out of here. So the next day, in the paper, USA Today or the Gazette, they're like, Norm MacDonald's out.
Wow.
Governor wants him out of the state.
Governor wants him.
Get out of my state. But to witness that.
To have someone like that appreciate what you, especially because my story with Norm is not, it doesn't start out great, because I did Last Comic Standing in 2000 and whatever, it never aired. And I did my joke, and I did well, and it was him, it was Damon Wayans and Roseanne.
Yeah.
And Roseanne liked me. Damon Wayans, like, he was like, not, he was just like, yeah. He just like smiled and laughed. I think he said right on. I don't know what he was just like barely there. Like he wasn't, I don't remember anything either way. And then Norm was like, how many years have you been doing comedy? I'm like, 4. He's like, what? It takes 10 years to be a comedian. What are you doing here? I was like, ah. And I remember that was the biggest gut punch I got in stand-up. And I remember being at the Hilton by where they shoot all those shows. By where is that? Universal City?
Yeah.
That area?
Yeah.
I was in the Hilton and I was just like I couldn't even eat. I was like, this is horrible. And I spoke to one of the comics I was staying with at that point, and he was like, Last Comic Standing. He's like, you go in there and they pay legends to tell you not to do what you love, which is kind of what. But I got over it. I kept doing it. And then he became a fan of us later on and a lot of shit we were doing. And he was right. You know, I was a 4-year, 5-year comic then. It's like, you do need more time to mature.
But he used to, speaking of Spade, when we did, we all staying at the hotel in Boston, this nice hotel, and one day we were just sitting in Spade's room because he had a big room, you know.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting there, and then suddenly the door rings, and it's like $800 worth of like steaks and stuff like that. And then Spade's like, I don't think I ordered this. No, goes, I ordered it. I figured you said you were hungry before. And he's like, and he would do it all the time. Spade, and then Spade would just be like so funny along, like, yeah, I don't know if I wanted to pay for everybody's eat. These people I don't even know. Like, yeah, I figured we'll have you're hungry. Everybody's probably hungry. You guys are hungry. You just be sitting there and you eat like the steak, like just cut it like, you know, a cartoon technique.
Yeah, right.
This is good steak.
With his oversized t-shirt.
And it would play off each other. Watching them was like one of the funniest things, like watching a TV show.
I was writing like bad sketch jokes my like first year in LA with a friend of mine at the Coffee Bean. I don't even think it's there anymore, across from the mall. And it's late and they're about to close down. And in walks Norm MacDonald. And the girl says to me, who I'm writing with, this girl that I worked with at a production company, she says to me, she goes, oh yeah, you know who that is, right? And I go, holy fuck, holy shit. And she goes, that's the Bob Dole guy. I go, the Bob Dole guy?
Oh, I would have ripped her eyes out.
I mean, I was like, it's fucking Norm MacDonald. And
Yeah.
she's like, no, I know, I forgot his name. I was like,
Oh,
what?
God.
So we sit there and I'm kind of fanboying out and I'm just kind of, you know, like not trying to face him, and he's ordering coffee and I keep kind of looking over just to like, cause you just want to get a glimpse. Cause when I'm 22, I just moved to LA. I was like, fuck, holy shit, it's Norm MacDonald. he comes in there where the coffee is. He looks over. She's a pretty girl, okay, and obviously doesn't see me at all. Doesn't know I exist. And he's kind of trying to talk her up a little bit. He's like, what are you guys doing? And she goes, oh, we're writing sketches. And he goes, oh yeah, I know a thing or two about sketches. And both of us were like, yeah, no, we know. Like, and I started stumbling. I'm like, no, I was a fan of your sketches, you know. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go next door. I'm gonna get a Steinbeck novel. Barnes and Noble. There used to be a Barnes and Noble. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna get a Steinbeck novel. I'm laughing, thinking he's just making jokes. And he goes, I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back. And he walks out, and I'm like, whoa, how fucking cool was that? Hand to God. He comes back in with a Steinbeck novel, and sits down by us, and just starts talking.
Oh my God!
I swear on my life.
Oh my God!
It was almost like you started a Norm engine, and he just wanted to talk. So he just started talking and talking and talking and telling stories. And I shouldn't tell it. Like, I don't want to fuck it up, but the best story he told, I said, what was your most, like, secret fun thing that happened at SNL that, like, you know, like, what was some inside shit? And he goes, Smigel and I, Robert Smigel. If you don't know who Robert Smigel is, he's Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. He's the voice and the genius behind that. Smigel's a fucking phenomenal genius writer and comedian. He goes, Smigel and I, we used to write sketches for Tracy. Because we knew Tracy Morgan. We knew Tracy, you know, he was bad in table reads. He couldn't read for shit. You know, he's a fucking stumble through words, you know. So one time we wrote this sketch that we knew was going to tank. Lauren hated it. And we showed it to Tracy anyway because we knew he had trouble reading. He had someone helping him read. He had bad time with S's. So we wrote this sketch about this guy who's like a gay animal handler named Brian Fellows. Do you remember that sketch?
Yeah.
Brian Fellows? And he goes, if you look, the best part for us was it was Brian Fellows, apostrophe S, Safari Planet. It was 3 S's in a row is the sketch that we pitched. So in the room, even though the sketch was bad, we knew Tracy would go, Brian Fellows, this is Brian Fellows, this is Safari Planet. And we knew we would crush in the room. He goes, and everybody lost it. He was like, the sketch was terrible. But Tracy would go, Brian Fellows, this is Safari Planet. And Norm goes, he goes, that is the funniest thing. We used to fuck with Tracy all the time. And dude, I was like, my heart was filled with comedy warmth. This is the most wild part. Again, I don't believe that this happened. To myself, I'm going, this is a lie. You're making this up.
Right.
But she's my proof. We walk out when they finally close the doors. After they're like, Mr. McDonald, you can stay. You know, the Coffee Bean kids are sitting just listening. We all walk outside, and he starts taking off, kind of headed north on La Cienega. And as a joke, my friend goes, do you want to ride? Are you walking? And he goes, no, I don't want to get in the car with you. And we start laughing, and he goes, okay, shotgun. And he comes and runs, sits in the front seat.
No.
I swear to God on my life.
Oh, my God.
Her car. I'm sitting in the back seat, and he's showing us where to go, and we drop him off at his house, and at this complex. And he gets out, and he kind of opens the door, and we didn't say anything the whole car ride.
Right.
We just listened to him going, left here, right here. And he gets out, and he turns and looks in the car, and all he said, he just goes, good luck, or whatever, and closes the door.
Wow.
Yeah. That was my Norm MacDonald moment in comedy.
I have so many Norm moments in my life. My first press conference with Norm was, they prepped us into like, you got to speak, and it's live, and it'll be BBC. And
he's a bigger star than you, so you have to sit there and kind of pay, you have to be...
It was him and Spade right next to me.
So you have to be second fiddle at the moment, or were you?
Yeah, man. I'm the new kid on the block. We're all a new cast. It's an all new cast except for Spade, Tim Meadows, and Norm MacDonald.
Wow.
And we're like, whoa. And even looking at Norman Spade, I was like, oh, these guys are stars. Like, this is huge.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm really looking up to them. And the press conference and I dropped the ball right out of the bat. They asked me, the head of NBC who fought for me to be there, goes, Jim, what was it like growing up watching SNL? And now you're here, you're from New York, and now a fellow New Yorker. I said, I didn't watch SNL growing up. Well, you can hear. I was like, oh. I saw Laura. I went, oh, that was Spade went, so he said, and I knew right away, like, oh, man, that was really bad. That was bad. And so he goes, I go, well, I wasn't allowed to because I was young. And he goes, well, what about when you were old? He's trying to prep me. He goes, surely when you got older and you were allowed to watch
Yes.
it. And I went, I was out on Saturdays. I wasn't watching TV. And and Norm's like, they're gonna like you. They're gonna like you. This guy, this is my guy. And he's smoking.
No way.
He's smoking, and Marcy Klein is going, Norm, put out the cigarette. He's like, I'm not done. This guy's gonna get fired. So I think I'm gonna get fired because I saw Lorne Michaels' face. He was pissed.
So you sitting there super nervous at this point?
I swear on my life, on my kids' lives, I thought I was gonna get fired because I just basically said I don't watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I never did. And
yeah, which is not
a good answer.
It's not the message.
In front of the press.
Yeah.
And I didn't say it in a mean manner, but I could just tell the boss man was like, oh, Jesus Lord. So now I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to get fired. Swear to God. And I'm just like, oh my God, I didn't even make it to the first episode. They're going to let me go. So this is what's going on in my head. There has to be a video of this press conference in the black market somewhere. I've looked for it, never found it. It's the 1995 press conference. And so they asked Norm, they go, Norm, you, Tim Meadows, David Spade, you've been here. You know the frat house. Everyone knows SNL is a frat house. What kind of practical jokes you got lined up for these new cast members? And I swear to you, I went, I'm not even going to be part of the frat house or the practical jokes. Damn. And Norm goes, he first of all, he's annoyed. He goes, practical jokes? Is that what you asked? What kind of practical jokes? Well, first we were thinking about anal rape. You know? Like, hey, yeah, take your pants. We're going to anally rape you. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. I'm going, oh shit, he's gonna get fired too. Yeah. You can't say anal rape in front of the press. Yeah. He said anal rape.
So suddenly you're like, I'm back in this.
I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. And I went up to him after. I went, Nori's like, they don't give it. No one gives a shit, bro. Fuck these guys. Yeah. And I realized he would pitch at the pitch meeting. He just didn't care. He didn't care. And I learned so much from him. Just clearly he saw a lot and he's been there forever. Like he would, I remember he gathered the new cast up. He's like, I swear to God, he goes, hey, don't write me any of your gay sketches. He goes, I'm telling you right now, when I do a sketch, it's getting you on. But don't put me in any of your gay little sketches. I swear to God, man. I also traumatized him. We would play football in the hallway because he was very competitive. He's always betting. And it was a very tiny hallway, maybe as wide as this, maybe. And he like, come on, bro, we're playing 3 a.m. Oh, fucking, come on, we're playing football. Me, you, Colin Quinn, and fucking Justin, you fucking fuck the phone calls. No one's calling 3 a.m. Get in the fucking ball. Let's go. So he would cheat, would piss me off because I'm competitive. And I'll never forget, he keeps cheating, and now I'm pissed.
How's
right?
he cheating? It's like a hallway. It's like a hospital hallway.
It's hallway, but he fucking cheat. He's a cheater.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah, he is a cheater.
I had boots on, so I had work boots on.
Yeah, because you're supposed to write in. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be riding fucking work boots on. I'm stoned. Like,
oh, the ink's heavy. Yeah.
So now he cheated. I caught the ball, and then he grabbed it and pulled it from me. He's like, hey, fumbled! And he starts running the other way. I'll never forget. I fucking kicked him as he's running in his calf. I went, pow! And he goes, ah! Jesus Christ, bro! Why did you fucking kick me in my fucking calf? I said, because you're cheating. So you fucking kick me? Ah! Jesus Christ. And all he did all week, he like, fucking bro, fucking kick me in my calf. Because I took the fucking ball? Jesus Christ, bro.
And Spade just in the distance like, yeah,
I had a good, and so those are the moments I loved more that stuff. You know, all of it was worth it. All of it was worth it.
A lot of people get these pictures or tattoos, you know, like of me as Joe Dirt. You know, they send you, a lot of people get a lot of tattoos of stuff, like things you say or photos or whatever. Or they send me ones of Farley or whatever. So this guy sends me one of, he's got Norm of all morons on his hand, Norm MacDonald. So I text Norm, I just send it to him. I go, hey, you have fans. And then I put in parentheses, fan. all we know is for sure this one guy.
Uh-huh.
And then of course, like days later, David, hello, it's me, Norm. How are you? Have you ever texted with Norm?
No, I haven't. No.
Times 1,000. He just goes, he waits days, and then at 3 a.m, hello? I go, Norm, what are you doing? Are you answering me from 4 days ago? Is that what you're doing? Dave, it's Norm. Do you like money? Yes, Norm, I like money. Why? Would you like to have more money than all your wildest dreams? Yes, I would. And then an hour later, would you like to walk into a dealership and point to a car and then just buy it? I go, of course. How? And then 3 hours later, bet the over in the Blackhawks game in the first quarter. First period or something. I go, oh, okay. Too bad that game was 6 days ago, you fucking idiot.
When Norm MacDonald, I wonder what you think of this. He said, do you want to, I think he was talking about Bill Maher. There are a number of comedians you can do this with, I suppose. But he said, do you want to be a comedian or do you want to be a smart guy? Do you are you going to pick? Are you going to pick? Where are you philosophically on that?
Oh, I want to be a smart guy. Like Norman, and I love Norm MacDonald. He is my hero. He is one of my idols. We worked together on Last Comic Standing and did not get along. I took the job to work with him. Our philosophies were very different, and his criticisms of the other comics. He was a judge. I was the host. I was surprised by. And so just very different philosophically. All the respect in the world for Norm and what he did. It was amazing. I never try to replicate what he did. Not that I would change anything about Norm MacDonald. It's very different.
You didn't get along, though. You thought you were going to get along. You were hoping to get along. And one of your heroes.
I wanted to be best friends. But I think we were both, and we figured it out, but I think we were both a little disappointed in the job we had taken. And saw the other comedians on the show and were like, fuck, what are we doing here? And so we were both not in the greatest of moods and then would butt heads a little bit. Like just because he's my idol didn't mean that I backed down at all. I kind of treated Last Comic Standing like it was my show and no one else thought that. And so, yeah, we were gonna butt heads, but that's okay.
It is okay, but I wonder if, you're going in thinking someone's going to be your best friend. You're a loner. He's a hero of yours. I imagine a bit of an inspiration at least. And yes, of course, it's okay that you didn't get along, but it would have been better than okay if you had.
Sure, but it didn't make me like him less or respect him less. It was like, this is an issue of mine and his. Like neither one of us had, a lot of friends or was around people a lot of the time. But, yeah, I think just right off the bat, I think he said something. I made fun of him for it. He wasn't happy about it. And I was like, I'm going to keep making fun of you because I took this job. And I'm not just going to sit here and let you take over. And that was, it was a tough week. We did 8 episodes of that show. Yeah.
And neither one of you liked being there because you thought the show was going to be something different, or you thought this particular thing, once you realized it wasn't up to your standards, you're like, what have I done? Or
I think Norm and I thought this was going to be like the Norm. I thought this was going to be the Norm and Anthony show where the comics go and perform, and they're all bad. Like they're all like young comics doing 3 minutes. It's not like the comics were bad, but it was still all about them. And if the comics were really bad and we said something funny about it, then that whole thing was cut from the show because they only wanted to show the good comics. So Norm and I were like, what are we doing here? If we can't give our real opinion, you don't want anyone to be mean. And there's 100 fucking contestants. We were both just like, this is not the best use of our time.
Remember the day before the lockdown, Norm had some set that went viral. It was a cookie jar dunk. Like it was, I remember like me and my buddies in Ohio were all like, yo, did you see this Norm MacDonald said? It was on YouTube, probably still on there. He destroyed. And he even
Oh, right.
you
At the Improv,
Yeah,
right.
we're
When
all
he
gonna
talked about
die and-
the pandemic.
It
Yeah.
was a
Incredible.
cookie jar dunk. And you could tell it was off the rip. And it was all that, all the anxiety that the day before the whole world goes into lockdown.
Yeah.
And he was just on some fuck it. And it felt so good. Again, it made me feel like everything's gonna be fine.
I wasn't going to talk about the coronavirus. But on the way here, I got really ill. But I think it was because I ate a cherry pie. Like, I got a cherry pie from Bristol Farms, and I ate it, and then the car was going weird, and I was like, oh. And then he turned on the radio, Jeremy, and then all the fucking news was like, the guy was like, well, there's been so far 11 cases, 50, 200. I don't feel good, you're like, oh. This is not good. So my plan is just to not die. Survive long enough where they find a cure. Some people will have to die. But finally they'll find a cure for me. And then I'll thank all those. It's funny how Big Pharma is so evil till now. It's like, what's it, $200 a pill? Yeah, that's good. That's fine. I'll take it. Give me all you got. It's funny that we all now know how we're going to die. It's just a matter of what order at this point. Oh, I can't touch my fucking face. Remember the good old days when washing your hands didn't take 3 hours? Like A, B, C, D. Just take me now. So the mind never wanders too far from, like I'll be talking about all kinds of horse shit up here tonight, but every moment I'll be thinking of this disease. Just to let you know. But it comes at a good time, this, where we're all quarantined, because we know how to live like that, right? We got our fucking magic phones and computers and everything. We don't need no fucking people. It was the last step between us and happiness anyway, were people. Got the TV and shit. Fucking more interesting people than anybody I know. Listen to fucking First Take and spend my last moments on Earth with Max Kellerman.
We hate the most.
But I'm old anyway, so if I die, it won't be as much of a tragedy. I'm 68 years young, I like to say. Yeah. You get old and you start worrying anyway, Forget the coronavirus, like that's possible. But it was a good idea you made. It was a good choice tonight to come out and sit beside total strangers. At least I might be here. I can run, At least I can flee when I see it.
Big show. All my buddies are here. We got
Is that what
Dennis.
you're wearing? Hey, unbelievable.
All my friends are here. We got Norm, Kevin, Dennis Miller.
We're all your rowdy friends.
All my rowdy friends are coming over today.
Hey, Dennis. My wife and I just got home from the big show at the WinStar Casino. We flew from Atlanta to Dallas, then drove up there, and we'd do it again. You were right. It was an amazing night by you three. I can't imagine a better crowd for you guys. I know you say coffee's for closers. Well, you must have had a big pot full. You were the perfect choice to close it out. You couldn't have done better if you wore a red hat. And except for the ladies' endless questions about Norm's pecker, the Q&A was a nice touch at the end of the show. I'll also have to make a special trip back there. That video story you noticed coming in, I understand that after Debbie did Dallas, there's some collector tapes of her in Thackerville. Want one?
Well, first off, it was Wackerville. Secondly, I was just amazed as I was driving in on the freeway. Right next to the casino, there was a DVD porn store.
Yeah.
Who's still doing Dick and Mortar at this point? You can literally, they're building keyboards now with a hole for your penis in between the FDSA and the JKL semi, so you can whack and not get thrown off balance-wise. Yeah, you put a little yoke on your penis, and it fits. It's like a rubber. You ever see when doors seal during a shipwreck?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, you get your penis in there, and there's like a seal, and, it's airtight, and you work, well, at that point, the makers of the keyboard with the penis hole in between the FDSA and the JKL semi encourage you to call it a flesh toggle. I haven't gone that far, and I don't care if it will get me some money off on my next purchase. But your wiener goes right up through there, and you masturbate, and there's an equilibrium to your self-pleasuring that you don't often find because, you're either right-handed or left-handed, or you're on Jeremy, and that's a whole different thing. Anyway, what's the next one?
Well, no, I just wanted to see what you could share.
That guy was sweet. Thank you, my friend.
About the big show with Spade and, of course, Norm MacDonald.
Well, I am telling you, the 3-hour flight in and the 3.5-hour flight back, and Spade had chartered a plane because he has a show right now. And he handed off to whoever's working. And he called me and said, "Do you have anything?" I said, "Yeah, I can get us there in Fred McMurray's car from Son of Flubber if you want to go." And he said, I'll get an adult jet. But we flew in together, and that's about as hard as I've ever laughed. My back hurt when I got off. Norm's genius. I mean, really, and Spade's brilliant too, but in a much more accessible manner. Norm's like you're out with, Archimedes if he worked Grossingers or something. God, he was funny. And dark. And, I can't, here, I'll be honest with you. I can't say almost anything that was said because it was so crazy.
Yeah, you told me just a couple things, and you definitely can't say those.
And candid. Whew. And the show itself was good, although I do remember Norm getting into it with some long penis discussion with the woman where I mentally went away for a while. It was the first question. To open it up, some woman comes up, looks like, Andy Griffith's girlfriend. And right away she's into talking about Norm's penis, and he's more than happy to go with that.
Oh, yeah.
Norm, but he's the... It's like a cock encounter group or something. Pass it around. So anyway, Spade and I are just sitting there clumsily for around 10 minutes, and, then Norm's into another story about the time his penis was in a road film with Bob Hope. At that point, we just gave up. But Spade's funny in the middle. Jesus, he's funny. And he's horny, and he's just, it's like... It's like you're reading Gulliver, but they've everybody's on a EDD drip or something. It's like little Lilliputians crawling up your knee. Hey, let's fuck. So anyway, it was a great trip, great time. Good to see the boys, but I don't think we'll be going out again because Norm's too hard to nail down.
Yeah.
And Spudley, like I said, is flush right now. He's got that show for now. How's the show doing?
I think the show's doing well, and let's remind people it's called Lights Out. It's on Comedy Central, I think, at 11:30 Monday through Thursday.
I guess he's busy right now, so I won't bug him. But we should probably see if he'll come on sometime. But
Yeah,
don't do it right now. Let give him a couple months.
Yeah.
He's got other shit on his mind, and I'll make him feel guilty because we're friends. But I can't do that. Or I don't feel like a good
We're trying to get he and Norm on together because we had thought about doing something there at the casino, but there were too many moving parts, so that did not happen.
Norm invented. That was the first time this country has ever heard. Here's the fake news.
That's right.
I mean,
right?
That's such a big phrase now, but I think you opened the news, which used to kill me, and you never get credit for it. But Norm invented the word, the phrase "fake news."
Was this? It's a little Paul Newman going on down there, right?
You
No,
were
more like
handsome, Norm.
yeah, you were handsome.
Huh?
What the happened? Anyway, no, I did Weekend
Have
Update.
you seen Paul Newman lately?
You do look better.
It's an exciting day here at 30 Rock. You know, the Rosie O'Donnell show premiered today. And I was in its tapes at the same floor as Saturday Night Live on 8H. They had flowers sent. There was the whole, it's unbelievable. You know, people must love her. There's flowers all along the entire 8H.
Right.
All flowers. They're sent by, like, there was one from Madonna, one from Elizabeth Taylor, Regis and Kathy Lee. I've never seen so many flowers. I didn't even realize you could eat flowers. I didn't even know that. But, no.
Hiya, Rosie. I'll be your pal.
That's
mighty neighborly of you, Norm.
No, she's
Nice
great.
of you to eat all those flowers.
No, she's great. The show is great, you know.
You're screwed now.
Postal authorities removed a cigarette from a photo of blues artist Robert Johnson to help dignify the musician in a new stamp they've issued in his honor. This isn't the first time the post office has altered a photograph. In fact, the original photo used on the Elvis stamp was based on this photo. King enjoying a hoagie. Ted Kennedy says now that he's won re-election, he can finally relax, get off that crazy diet, and really let himself go. New medical research shows that men and women have different food cravings. Men preferring meat and women preferring sweets. Scientists trace this back to caveman days, when men had to go out and hunt for food, while women sat on their fat asses eating chocolates. Last week, Duchess of York Sarah Ferguson visited the Big Apple and showed off her 14-pound weight loss. Hopefully, this will not interfere with her official duties of sitting on her fat ass all day long. On a talk show recently, Joey Buttafuoco said of Amy Fisher, "I hope she gets hers and dies in prison like Jeffrey Dahmer. And when she does, I will go out and eat cake." Moments later, however, he admitted, "Look, I'll be honest with you, even if nothing bad happens to Amy Fisher, I'll probably go out and eat cake." In what is considered a remarkably short period of time, the head of the Federal Advisory Board, Dr. Peter Mellman, has given speedy approval to a controversial new anti-obesity drug. It should be noted, however, Dr. Mellman's wife is a fat pig. This week in Minneapolis, the Minnesota Obesity Center officially opened. Its goals? To find ways to identify behaviors that lead to obesity. Also, it's a good place to meet fat chicks. And in California, Christian Brando was released from state prison Monday after serving nearly 5 years for killing his sister's boyfriend. Meanwhile, his father, Marlon Brando, ate 9 pizzas. Well, a local town meeting in Montpelier, Vermont last week, representatives from the McDonald's Corporation, who want to put a restaurant in a historic district, were booed by angry residents, but they were cheered by the town fat guy. Every town has one, the town fat guy. John Goodman has announced that he will not be returning to Roseanne next year. So how will the show get rid of him on screen? Well, insiders now say that over the last few episodes of the season, Roseanne will gradually eat him. According to a controversial new biography, Elizabeth Taylor likes her lovemaking loud, rough, and frequent. Coincidentally, that's also how she likes to eat. Well, television history will be made this week when film legend Elizabeth Taylor appears as herself on all 4 CBS Monday night sitcoms. It's part of the network's new campaign, Must Eat TV. She enjoys eating. The New York Post has reported that Michael Jackson wants his closest friend in the world, Elizabeth Taylor, to be the godmother of his child. However, those close to the pair worry that this could eventually lead to heated arguments over whether the child will be molested or eaten. Yeah, Ricky Lake, you know, she really is an animal lover, though. She has 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a big ass that follows her around everywhere. Former Wilson Phillips member Carney Wilson's new talk show kicked off this month. According to Carney, her show will be different from the others in that guests will be treated with respect and dignity. And then she will eat them. Talk show host Ricky Lake has announced that she will finally publicly apologize for her role in a destructive anti-fur demonstration. Then she will eat a huge can of frosting. In the new movie Mrs. Winterbourne, talk show host Ricky Lake plays the part of a young mother-to-be. According to film's producers, Miss Lake was so serious about achieving a realistic pregnant look, she forced herself to lose 30 pounds. This week, renowned heart surgeon Michael DeBakey attacked the hypocrisy of Hollywood stars who oppose the use of animals in medical research and yet wear ribbons supporting the war on deadly diseases like AIDS. In response, animal activist Ricky Lake said, quote, "But the red ribbon diverts attention from my gigantic ass." A sad story from the world of entertainment this week. Talk show host Ricky Lake had to get rid of her dog Dudley after the pooch became too aggressive with her 7-month-old son Milo. A clearly saddened Lake said, "It broke my heart to get rid of that dog, but he was delicious." She ate a whole dog. In Virginia, police are looking for a stripper who stabbed a man for telling her she was too fat to strip. Police warn that the woman is armed and extremely fat. At an emotional press conference this week, a now exonerated Richard Jewell spoke about his ordeal as the chief suspect in the Olympic Park bombing. Quote, "I couldn't think straight, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat," he said. Then later he admitted, "All right, I could eat. I couldn't sleep, though. I had trouble." The FBI, still pursuing its investigation of the Olympic Park bombing, has decided to launch an internet web page. Net users can log on to view crime scene photos, leave tips, and try to guess Richard Jewell's weight. Last weekend, in a dramatic rescue off the coast of Long Island, fishermen pulled a 300-pound man from frigid waters. They were alerted by his desperate cries of, "Help, help, I'm starving, I'm starving." Big fat guy. In New Zealand, a convicted swindler who weighs 670 pounds has been sentenced to house arrest because he is too big for prison. According to prison officials, it took 4 inmates just to rape him. Huge man.
Norm, I don't understand something.
What?
You went to a doctor, you said, hey, what's with me? I'm around Elle McPherson and I'm not getting aroused.
No, I didn't mention her.
Yeah, but and you start to get concerned that, hey, why am I not getting aroused around these beautiful women?
Yeah, because I used to always get aroused all the time, no matter what. Like, I could see a giant fat woman, like, part of her ass.
Right, and you get excited by that.
Yeah.
Are you on medication of any kind?
No. I just, now I'm just...
Do you need that testosterone patch or something?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it makes you more masculine. You know what I mean?
But then your hair falls out.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that.
So, Norm, what do you think about?
What?
When you're masturbating?
What do you think about?
Well, you know, like...
fat woman's ass? No. Like, who do you think? Did you ever think about Elle McPherson?
No.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Who do you think about?
I don't think
girls
about...
you just
I'll
met.
tell you something. I can't think about, like, girls that I don't think I could have sex with, because I don't have that good an imagination.
Right, it's got to be someone you think you can get.
Right.
That's how I am. Right. So
I sometimes I think of, like, kind of unattractive girls where I'm...
right, when you're doing stuff.
You're
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes like one of the interns here or something I'll think about, because I think that, like, I could definitely get her. You ever think about Rosie O'Donnell when you're doing it?
Good Lord.
No way, right?
Name some names.
Yeah, name some names of who you think about.
You know what Rosie O'Donnell would be good at giving?
What?
Really wide head.
Oh, that's funny. Does Rosie O'Donnell have the biggest head on the planet?
Yeah,
she really does. How much does her head weigh? Do you take a guess?
About her head weight?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that age-old argument, I'm not going to get into.
You're not even going to get into it.
Yeah.
I see. And she's on the new $100 bill. Did you see her picture? It's pretty wild.
So when you started Incredibad
/ The Lonely Island.
Yeah, The Lonely Island. What's the significance of that name, though? That's what really I wanted to ask. The Lonely Island. You think of all islands as kind of lonely.
Do you really want to hear the story?
Yes, please.
I do do a real short version, which is just basically, it was what we called the apartment we lived on Olympic with all the traffic. It was a sarcastic name from a sarcastic Tennessee Williams style sketch we did about the apartment.
Akiva wrote a one-act play.
God damn, I wish I had a time machine.
To see that action.
Yeah, no, to take back my question.
Thought you were going to say to murder Hitler.
I would not. You know, people always fucking want to murder Hitler with their time machine, right? But then I feel if I got back there, I'd be afraid of falling under the spell of his fucking beautiful eyes.
It's true. You
and
want
oratory, and then
he locked in the gaze.
Yeah, and then I join the fucking party,
That's
knowing
his
me.
thing. He gives you his full attention. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe there's
Norm,
something to
I'm
this guy.
No, but before you ask another serious
Believe
question,
it or not,
we gotta
they're
move
telling
on.
us to wrap it up. I don't exactly know why you guys.
This was fun for everyone.
It's the
For the
Lonely
record,
Island, guys.
I would have killed Hitler. So thanks, gentlemen.
Can I just clarify? if I did go back in time to kill Hitler, I would do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get
That's
lost in
the
his
front
eyes
door
and then
choice.
bail.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get like
thanks for
hit
having
from
us.
all the like
I know, all the-
defamation
Yeah,
leads.
no, you would end it. Yeah.
Pro.
Listen,
Okay.
man, I'm sorry about
We gotta wrap it up.
I'm sorry
It's
about
over.
bringing up Hitler.
You really brought this live show to a new
This is
low.
the first one, right? This is your first interview?
It's just gonna get worse.
This is the first time I've ever been interviewed a man.
If you can bring Hitler into all of them, they're going to ask you back for sure, which is I know what you want.
That's what we're all hoping for.
Okay.
I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you go suicide, kill him.
Right. It's like he died 50 years ago,
Did
probably.
he? I didn't
Yeah.
even know he was sick.
He wasn't. Well, no, that's fine.
I wish I could find a Hitler of today and go kill him.
Mark.
Now let's take this. Take us back in time. You started. You say.
I wish I could. I don't know.
Figuratively.
If I could take you back in time, first I'd kill Hitler, but then I'd ride a dinosaur or something. I don't know what you wanted to do, but these are some things you'd have to do first. I would invest in Coca-Cola. There's a lot of things I wouldn't do if I could go back in time, but unfortunately I can't. You're probably going, oh, well, this guy can go back in time. Why hasn't he? Well, that's an interesting question you ask. Because I don't have a time machine, and I don't know any portholes in the atmosphere that I can go through, and that's about the only scientific stuff I could say is portholes, and maybe that's just
what
boats.
Year would you go back to if you could go back in time? What year?
If I could go back in time, I'd go back a year ago and just get a pastrami sandwich or something from some place that closed 2 months before. But so I don't, because if you could just go back any time, then that would be fine.
Well, then, let's go down memory lane just a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, when did
I thought
you
he just went there. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes, I'd say hello to Jesus.
I'm sorry.
If I could go back in time and say, hey, between you and me, I think, maybe keep your mouth shut. It's getting people angry. You're really not making any friends here. Eventually, you'll be famous. Trust me. But right now, maybe you just want to, pull back a little.
Go ahead, Angela. Hop in here.
Roseanne, this is what Kevin Nealon tells us. Tell him that story out of me again. He doesn't have his own anecdotes.
No. All my 90% of my anecdotes come from Kevin Nealon, but he told this real doozy about.
I should talk to him.
Yeah, you should.
So I can have some fun.
He said during Roseanne's
Roseanne had a talk show. Yeah. Remember that?
Oh yes.
So one time, the guest was Joe Pantoliano, and she didn't know who he was.
You fucked it up! God damn it, motherfucker!
See? I'm a guest on there, and now it's time to introduce the next guest. And she says, okay, this next guy coming out, he's a great actor. He was in Risky Business. He's done all kinds of stuff. I just love him. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pantoliano. And he comes out, and as he's walking across the stage toward the desk, she goes, oh, I know who he is. I know him.
You don't even have your own stories. You take other people's stories and fuck them up. Very good.
I'll tell you the story, but it's fucked up. But she's like Joe Pantoliano. She goes, this next guy's Joe Pantoliano. He's great. He was in Risky Business, and you all know. Come on out, Joe Pantoliano. And as Joe Pantoliano was walking out, Roseanne said, I know that guy.
Now, see, you already fucked it up. Yeah. So now when he told it the right way,
that's my role.
It didn't work.
Didn't work because he knew that she didn't know.
Don't ask him to tell any more stories.
Damn.
Or jokes or anything.
What do you have to say now?
I mean, I'm not a good,
Anything.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, it's like...
Gilbert is not looking at your slow burn that you've been trying to perfect.
It's not, I mean...
Hey, World Cup. You watch the World Cup?
Oh, I'm wearing one. I'm king here. In World Cup soccer, Mexico defeated Cameroon 1-0, or as it's known in soccer, a blowout. Right?
Yeah, very low-scoring games. Yeah.
Who wrote these? The enemy? Can't find a joke you like.
You don't want to do a dirty joke, Carl.
Absolutely.
There you go, sir.
Okay. Police in Tennessee arrested a teenage girl when they found a loaded handgun in her vagina. When questioned, her boyfriend said, I guess that explains why my cop I can't say that word. I guess that explains why my cock kept getting blown off. I don't get it. A man in Chipata allowed a hyena to eat his penis after being told by a witch doctor that would help him become rich. Is it me, or does it sound like that hyena and witch doctor were in cahoots?
I think maybe they were in cahoots.
Gee, who writes these?
Huh?
We should have this person locked up and looked at, or at least looked at.
There you go. Let's do it. Let's do it funny.
This one's like two pages long and cut off at the end.
Come on, man. Do your best. Give it your best.
It's not even complete.
Give it your best shot, man.
Troubled starlet Lindsay Lohan had a cameo on Anger Management last week and managed to shock the cast and crew by showing up on time and even early. Later in the week, the Mean Girls actress was looking decidedly chipper as she posed on the red carpet at a clothing store launch in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Perhaps Lindsay is getting a jump start on her upcoming mandatory 90-day rehab, or maybe bartenders are just asking her to land someplace else, knowing the way liquor...
Fuck are you talking about? Oh, here's the rest of that joke. Adam Egan finishing off the joke.
Makes her fly. Note, you know I can understand why someone in show business would want to drink liquor to soothe and steady her nerves. Why some people I know I drink liquor and get so steady they can't even move.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's get back to Tom.
You wrote all these, Norm, or you sit up and write all these, or? Music is the universal language, but one day soon it will be replaced by Chinese.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, we got some jokes.
All right,
if that's all right.
But you know, are these street jokes?
No.
So you wrote them?
They're not. Someone wrote them.
Some of them wrote that you know.
Yeah, some people in this room.
Okay, cool.
Some people in this room.
Thank you.
I don't want to say who because in case the joke doesn't work.
Okay, all right. So
that's a strong joke. You can just read it. You don't have to read ahead if you don't want. There's nothing.
No, I'll just read it then.
Yeah.
Boy, was it hot outside today. I went out to buy a California Pizza Kitchen signature pepperoni frozen flatbread, and by the time I got home, it was perfectly cooked and entirely eaten. 100% true.
Oh, you ate it. See, I love the laughs. I love the laughs. It's just weird, right? Some of them are odd. I'm not going to lie to you.
Joke. I signed up for my company's 401k, but I don't think I can run that far.
It is a long way. Wait, I got to get one that's going to make Bobby happy. I don't like when he scowls after that. Hey, All My Children star Matthew Cowles. You ever watch All My Children?
Sure.
Well, All My Children star Matthew Cowles has died at the age of 69.
Oh.
Or has he? It's what is All My Children called? It's called a
soap opera.
Soap opera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Soap opera.
Where do you get these jokes?
Some guy. Hey, a cowboy at a rodeo in Georgia used his lasso to apprehend a gunman. At least this is according to a recent segment of America's hottest new game show. Georgia police blotter or episode synopsis from Walker, Texas Ranger.
It's so long.
I know.
Too long. It wasn't beaded out properly. Where did these come from?
The only things certain in life are death, taxes, and getting caught whacking off in a Target dressing room.
Are these your tips?
I learned that the hard way. You want to read a joke?
Yeah, man. Who wrote these jokes?
We can't say.
I'd like to do something about a film or something. Oh, good.
How do you know that fact? How do you know that fact?
Glanced and saw.
I'm a good cheater. Fast and Furious 6 opens next week. The cast is getting a little older. It's less Fast and Furious and more like brisk and peeved.
Remember the good old days back when MILF stood for mentally ill ladies I'd like to fuck? That's right.
Do you have a writing staff?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
We have Steve O'Donnell.
Steve, these are really good.
To stop a pit bull attacking her daughter, a Texas man bit the dog. Well, that's an interesting story. A man bites a dog. It's not what I would call news.
Man bites dog?
Yeah.
It used to be dog bites man, right?
Yeah.
Is that the joke?
Yeah.
I don't get this. I don't get it. Do you write these for real? Do these come from the fucking YouTube? Are these from the audience? They write them? Did you read them? Did you write them or the audience?
Sure.
Recent studies show fish can communicate with each other using subtle physical gestures. One of their most common messages, let's leave this party early. I don't know, what is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a subtle, it's fucking his joke.
I was at a party with a friend and I noticed you first, and you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town. But it feels so good.
Try to expand my vocabulary by using new words to give my arguments more verisimilitude. Today's word is expand.
Again, I don't get it.
I love people that say they don't get it because, you know, sometimes you tell a joke and they go, and then you explain it to them and then they go, I don't like it. You don't get to not like it. You didn't fucking get it. This is the section where we do jokes. Do you want to read one? Just read into that camera for the folks. Well, don't read
out
it.
loud.
You have to read it out loud.
No, he didn't.
Oh, here, you read one.
All right. No.
You don't like that
No,
one?
I mean, I like it. It just.
Do you understand that we're on the air? Yeah.
Oh, right. We all know that the Swiss are officially neutral.
Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this?
Well, that screwed up my timing.
Who wrote this?
We don't have a name on it.
Do you have writers?
It's anonymous. It's
I
like
think-
I didn't
I don't
write
wanna
it.
say
I didn't write that one.
This one says, remember the old days when tweeting meant stabbing a hooker?
Bob liked that one.
Super Dave, why is there an app for everything except how to rape a baby?
Jesus.
Some gold-plated chains would make a nice retirement gift for a very, very good slave. Well, this
Are you serious?
Well, this was written.
Are you serious?
This was written years
Did
ago.
you just write that?
I didn't write
Did
it.
you just say that?
No, I read it. Yes.
You read that?
It was it was written,
Oh
obviously.
my God Almighty! I'm not part of this.
No, it was written
No,
before.
I'm not part of this. No, you can't read that.
Well,
what about this?
Go ahead.
Read this one.
I can prove God exists if I can just find that damn receipt from our brunch in heaven.
That is so funny. That is so fucking funny.
Oh, this one's actually topical. We could nip March Madness in the bud if we watch for the warning signs of brooding antisocial February fever.
Who is writing this? You're doing this. This is your life. You're putting your life on it. You dress like horseshit tonight.
No, that was Adam Egan's fault. That was Adam Egan's fault.
I told you to bring a
Some
wardrobe.
kind of a hose coat.
But that was
you
Adam
got
Egan's
a
fault.
thing with a hood.
But that was Adam Egan's
But then
fault.
you're reading these. This is you.
Sure, junkyard dogs are mean, but the meanest dogs are generally found guarding concentration camps. And it says here, there's a note. Early versions of the Jim Croce's 1973 smash hit Big Bad Leroy Brown. Do you remember that song?
Tell the people that.
No, do you know what you just said?
It
Do you have
included.
any idea what you just
This
read?
says it
No, did you have any idea what you just read?
That
It was an
junkyard dogs.
anti-Semitic joke about the concentration camp.
No.
Oh,
Not
what do you mean?
anti-Semitic
No,
at
no,
all.
no, it's Semitic?
No.
Well, you know, I know what the problem
They
is.
use
'cause
the-
you
Did you write it?
I didn't write that.
Who wrote it?
They
Are you-
use the meanest
wrote it?
dogs.
I don't know who wrote it, but I think the problem is that some people might not know what the concentration camps are. So you might need to-
Concentration camps were found in Poland.
Oh my God, fucking
what?
almighty. Oh my Christ
Concentration
almighty.
camps.
Please get my nurse. I swear to God, get her in here right now and
I'm
reel
trying
me
to
away.
explain to the
Did you
folks
have-
who
You
know.
are
Did you have too much
you
salt?
know what? This is your first show, and these are the.
Well, I don't want to bring up the systemic,
extermination attempt against the Jewry of Europe. But this says on this piece of paper that Bad Leroy Brown initially included the line meaner than a concentration camp dog, but Croce decided it was unpleasant to the ear. And it was also offensive to Jews, gypsies, and homosexuals. Little did it matter, Croce would be dead with it. Well, this Lindsay Lohan can't swim a stroke, but she sure knows every dive in town.
That one I liked. That was my favorite. I'm keeping this.
That is a favorite? Did you write this?
I didn't write that one. No,
Read that one.
Call me an old softy, but I'd prefer it if you called me a distinguished gentleman with a flagging erection.
Oh.
I don't like that one.
I'll read that one.
Why are you going to make me read all this? Alfred the Great may well be the greatest monarch
Can
in
you
the
do
history
me a favor? Can you find out what the traffic is like on the Santa Monica going to the desert?
Do you know the Harlem Shake?
Yeah, I've seen it on every single commercial.
You've seen it. Then you'll appreciate this joke. I remember back when the Harlem Shake was just a black fella holding me upside down off a fire escape trying to collect his money.
Can you find out what the quickest way is to the Santa Monica Freeway, please? And don't call me again.
Super Dan.
I don't care about anything. You don't call me again. There's no last minute fill in. There's nothing. Okay? Thank God we're only reaching 50 people.
Wait,
that's all I can.
Yesterday night, because I'm trying to get into fitness. So for the past 2 days, I was doing those weights and all that stuff. So then I was like, yeah, I'm going to run. And then I looked on the computer about running, and they said barefoot running was good.
Yep.
So I barefoot ran on this sidewalk, and then I cut my foot. And then I had to walk back like a half a mile with a cut foot, so now my foot's all weird.
Yeah, that doesn't. They are saying that barefoot running is the way to go. In fact, they have these ridiculous shoes that protect the bottom of your foot, but each individual toe. But I've thought that often. If you're a man of from the Western world, your feet are not exposed that much to rocks and glass. It's not like in Kenya where they run for
That's what Steve was
30
saying.
miles. Yeah. So we're very susceptible to what is on the ground. You could end up with tetanus. You could step on something infected with something. My suggestion to you would be to run with shoes.
That's what Steve's worried about because I just put some water on it, but my feet are still
water.
My feet are still filthy.
Oh yeah,
like the bottom of them look like homeless guys' feet.
Oh really? Now, have you bathed since the run?
I soaked it, but it's the black it's deep, that black. Whatever,
like tar and asphalt.
It's dug into your skin now.
Yeah.
So you're getting very much into fitness because we taught you. By the way, you were great when we talked to you on the phone. Unfortunately, the guy producing it didn't have your voice in any of it, so we couldn't play it.
Really?
Yeah, but so if any of this seems redundant, I apologize. I'm sorry that you had to get up to do that. Norm MacDonald, by the way, 2 shows tonight at the Wilbur Theater. You can get tickets at thewilbur.com or call Ticketmaster at 1-800-745-3000. So since when and why has exercise become this passion of yours?
3 days ago.
Yeah. Like what occurred to you where you're like, you know what, I need to start running outside and lifting weights and researching this stuff?
Well, I had these weights that somebody gave to me a long time ago, and so I was lifting those for a couple days. I was starting to feel really good. Then I went for a swim. And then that was like the night before last, and I was like, yeah, everything's going to be different now. It was horrible.
So you're working out now and stuff, right?
Yeah, how about you?
I worked out a couple times. I liked it when I was young. I didn't have, you didn't have to work out. You were just in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was in my best shape back then. I think I was seriously, when I was when I was 1. That's when
Reached your peak when you were 1.
My God, I look great. You wouldn't know me now. You see me back then. I was young and fresh.
I can imagine.
Even for my age, people would come up to me and go, what, you 0?
I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
Oh, no, in every way.
In every single way. So, I told the guy that, and he said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy. And but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big. like you. You know, I don't want veins. I have no use for that in my arms, you know, or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them, you know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt, you know? You just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want to have one hot ass.
Now, folks, I don't like to brag, but like Schwarzenegger, I did a little bodybuilding back in the day, too. But I'm guessing you guys wouldn't want to see that, though, would you? Okay, all right, sure. Let's hope that doesn't live on the YouTube forever, long after I'm dead, out of context.
Some days we get closer, things that we never really needed, promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over if we never got a chance.
I never worked out or anything like that because, you know, I always felt like you can't, like if you're a dude, you know, you can't really, the ladies don't seem to care, at least that's what they say. And then also, I don't think you can get like a perfect body. I think if you're a lady, you can get a perfect body. But if you're a dude, I don't think you can get like a perfect body on account of you got like every dude seems to have one of those like a sack, you know, a sack, right? And so, no matter how perfect your body is, if you got a sack, it doesn't look very good. You know, you don't have a good-looking body, basically. You know, no matter what. And you show me any dude, go, hey, look at that guy's body. I go, good God, what's that fucking thing? That guy's got a sack on him. You know, it's not a good-looking body. You ever see a guy with a good-looking sack? You know, yeah. You ever hear a guy go, hey, Bob, you know what your best feature is? Me and the guys were talking about it. Your sack. Holy Lord, that's... You doing something different with your sack lately or something? God damn, it looks good. Good-looking sack you're toting around there, I'm telling you. Right? You can't work out on that or anything. Got no machine, got no sack of steel. They're just giving up on that, man. That's why I'm surprised the fucking those plastic surgeons. Why are they working on the sack, man? Guy goes like, man, I got a little thing here, a line under my eye. I'm gonna get that taken care of. Meanwhile, huge ancient old sack hanging out. Yeah, that's my problem, man. That eye thing. That little crow's feet there, man. I get rid of them, that'll be good. Your sack's old too, man. That's older than you, your sack. I don't know how that worked out. You know what I mean? You can have a dude like 25, his sack's like 100 years old. Right? Sometimes you turn to it for advice. You ever do that? You go, right? You go, what would you do, wise old sack? You know? He's like, I tell you something, son. You see old guys sack like that. Old guys sacks are really old because they're like 80, their sacks like 400 or 500 years old. It's like a fucking old, like a tree or something. It's not like a tree, but trees are old. I read that in a book. Here we see the president and the first bitch. Hey, slow down, you bitch. Let me catch up. Here we see President Clinton looking for something, anything, to hug besides his wife. This week in South Africa, Winnie Mandela was removed from the new government by her husband, President Nelson Mandela. A curious Bill Clinton later called Mr. Mandela to find out how exactly you go about doing something like that. Gosh, Hillary looks pretty in this photo here, doesn't she? Never realized she was such a looker till I see her here in this picture. A frightening moment this week for First Lady Hillary Clinton. Her plane, en route to the former Soviet Union, was forced to make an emergency landing when it was discovered that a frayed wire in the engine was causing serious malfunctions. The president was said to be furious and demanded an immediate investigation of what went wrong with Operation Frayed Wire. First Lady Hillary Clinton has been out of the country this week visiting the remote region of Siberia. Said the president, quote, when the cat's away, the mice... Oh, who am I kidding? The mouse screws plenty of women even when the cat's right here. At the White House this week, President Clinton officially came out against same-sex marriages. What's more, the president said he is not too crazy about opposite-sex marriages either. Astronaut Shannon Lucid, back on Earth after a record 6 months in space, was welcomed home Tuesday with a phone call from President Clinton. Said the president, quote, this is just the beginning. One day we'll be able to send an American into space indefinitely, and I hope it's a woman. Speaking in Australia this week about the problems of being America's First Lady, Hillary Clinton joked, quote, perhaps I'll walk around with a bag over my head when I come out into public and have no opinions and never express them publicly or privately. To which the president replied, yes, yes, oh God, yes. As new questions arise about Hillary Clinton's role in Whitewater, the president appears to be distancing himself from the First Lady. Earlier today in his weekly radio address, the president insisted, hey, I sleep with hundreds of girls. I can't vouch for all of them, you know? Though more indictments are likely in the Whitewater investigation, President Clinton is still refusing to say whether he will pardon former Whitewater associates Jim and Susan McDougal. But when asked if he would pardon First Lady Hillary Clinton, the president was crystal clear, quote, she does the crime, she does the time. Court documents made public this week, independent counsel Kenneth Starr told a federal judge that Hillary Clinton is now a, quote, central figure in the Whitewater criminal probe. Reacting to the news, President Clinton called the investigation a partisan witch hunt, vowing, quote, if the First Lady is somehow convicted and has to go to jail, I will do everything in my power to wait 2 weeks to start dating. With growing indications that First Lady Hillary Clinton may be indicted for her role in Whitewater, President Clinton is reportedly starting to prepare for that possibility. Plans so far include renting a hall, hiring a band, and making a giant bathtub with margaritas. In a unanimous verdict this week, a Santa Monica jury found O.J. Simpson liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, awarding the plaintiffs damages of $8.5 million. Reacting to the verdict, Simpson insisted that he has nowhere near that amount of money and that his only remaining asset is 30 pairs of Brunei Mali shoes. The announcement of the verdict came toward the end of President Clinton's annual State of the Union address, and to many observers, completely overshadowed the event. Even the president was distracted during his speech, waiting to hear exactly how much it costs to kill your wife. Well, more O.J. Simpson news. On Friday, the Juice officially endorsed Bill Clinton for president. adding, quote, "I'd like to help him any way I can." To which the president replied, "Well, there is one thing." An American President, Rob Reiner's new film starring Michael Douglas and Annette Bening opened in theaters last week. Here with his review is Update movie critic and 42nd President of these United States, Bill Clinton.
Thank you, Norm. Thank you all.
And what did you like best about the movie?
The dead wife.
Independence Day, the science fiction fantasy starring Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, and Will Smith, was not only last summer's biggest box office hit, it was a national phenomenon. Here with his review is Update movie critic and 42nd President of these United States, Bill Clinton.
Thank you. Norm, I think it deals with some of the most fundamental questions of existence. Is there intelligent life out there? Is it friendly? If not, what if it came to Earth and killed the president's wife?
I guess I never thought about that, Mr. President.
I have. Every day of my life.
Last week, the president vetoed a Republican bill to balance the budget, and he used a pen that belonged to former President Lyndon Johnson. Clinton has also been working his way through John F. Kennedy's vast supply of condoms. Well, more bad news for Bill Clinton. This week, an appellate court ruled that Paula Jones can proceed with her sexual harassment suit against the president. Jones' suit is based on a 1991 hotel room encounter during which she alleges that then-Governor Clinton dropped his pants and exposed himself. She is seeking $700,000 in damages, $100,000 for trauma after seeing the governor's penis, and $300,000 for each thigh. Well, Chelsea Clinton turned 16 a few weeks ago, and apparently her father has been teaching her to drive. Early reports say that under the president's tutelage, the first daughter has become exceptionally good at cruising for chicks. A Connecticut hotel where Bill Clinton spent the night has donated to a charity auction a bagel the president ordered from room service but never ate. Though potential bidders should be advised, while the president never actually ate the bagel, he did have, quote, relations with it. Sounds delicious. This week, President Clinton made history when he nominated Madeleine Albright to be first female Secretary of State. Responding to critics who say that she is not the best choice, the president insisted, quote, "She looks a lot better after a couple of drinks." This week, in arguments before the Supreme Court, lawyers for President Clinton asked that the sexual harassment suit brought by Paula Jones be delayed until he leaves office. According to Clinton's attorney, quote, "If the president were hauled into court every time some nut accused him of sexual harassment, he'd have no time to scare up tail." He likes scaring up the tail. Okay. More bad news for the president. This week, convicted Whitewater swindler James McDougal claimed that his ex-wife, Susan McDougal, had an affair with Clinton while he was governor of Arkansas. The president denied the charges, adding, quote, "If you really knew me, you'd know that I was always faithful to Jennifer Flowers." In a startling reversal, Kenneth Starr announced yesterday that he would not resign as Whitewater special prosecutor and that now he intends to stay on until the investigation is completed. This new development apparently did not trouble a confident President Clinton, who still plans to resume making conjugal visits to Susan McDougal. Yesterday, President Clinton underwent a 2-hour operation to repair damage to his knee. suffered in a fall while visiting in Florida at the home of professional golfer Greg Norman. Many were surprised to hear that the two were on friendly terms, since Greg Norman had once threatened that if he ever caught Clinton with his wife again, he'd smash his kneecap with a 5-iron. The White House says that surviving relatives of those who died in a 40-year-old federal study which allowed men infected with syphilis to go untreated will get an official apology from President Clinton. According to the president, quote, "If not for the sacrifices of these brave men, I would not be alive today." Court-martial proceedings are set to begin Tuesday against Air Force Lieutenant Kelly Flynn, the nation's first female B-52 pilot. Flynn is accused of conducting an adulterous affair with a married man, as well as having a brief fling with a second airman, and then lying about it. An Air Force prosecutor called her, quote, "a sexual predator," while her commanding officer called her a, quote, "lying sex addict." Meanwhile, President Clinton called her. Well, the White House is an empty nest this week following Chelsea Clinton's departure to begin studies at Stanford University. A wistful President Clinton says that while it's difficult to see his daughter grow up, at least now he'll feel less guilty about hitting on her friends. According to Reno, there is no evidence he misused his office to raise money, improperly allowed contributors to stay overnight at the White House, or sought contributions in exchange for political favors. You know, it's hard for me to believe this, but for Janet Reno to send this letter, I guess it must be true. The president's sleeping with her, too. It's beyond comprehension, but... On Tom Snyder this week, actor Tony Danza said he thought the recent open display of affection by lesbian couple Ellen DeGeneres and Anne Hesh in front of President Clinton was extremely disrespectful. On hearing the comment, President Clinton responded, "Someone should tell Tony Danza to shut the hell up." Meanwhile, President Clinton was in Akron, Ohio this week, presiding at a town meeting about race relations in America. The president chose Akron as the site of the meeting, partly because it is the home of the Coming Together Project, an organized effort to end racism, and partly because it is the home of Suzanne Rosenberg, an old classmate from Oxford the president still has sex with. Well, President Clinton received an early Christmas present this week, an adorable Labrador puppy. And presidential historians say that it will be good for his image. According to these scholars, in comparison to a male dog, the president's sex life will seem relatively normal. A 5-year-old child writes, "Dear Mr. President, when the Republicans are finished wasting taxpayer money on their Whitewater witch hunt, perhaps they can join you in your efforts to protect Medicare and the environment and to expand the Earned Income Tax Credit. P.S. Paula Jones was asking for it." Here's one from Elizabeth A. of Long Island, who wrote, "Dear President Clinton, Newt Gingrich is a bad, bad man." Also, Paula Jones was asking for it. The Supreme Court will begin hearing arguments over whether Paula Jones' sexual harassment suit against President Clinton may proceed. Jones, who claims that while governor of Arkansas, Clinton exposed himself to her in a hotel room, says that she can accurately and precisely describe the president's genitalia. But White House spokesman scoffed, quote, "Any woman who's worked in the state of Arkansas for the last 20 years could do that." Does President Clinton have a bent penis? Well, according to a doctor who examined him last week, the president's genitals are, quote, completely 100% normal. It should be noted, however, that the doctor who examined him also has a bent penis. So, that may color his findings a little. Well, as his last stop on the trip, the president met in Buenos Aires Thursday with Argentinian President Carlos Menem. During the meeting, Clinton asked Menem to continue with economic reform and protect democratic freedoms. Menem, in turn, asked Clinton to show him his bent penis. Tomorrow, Chinese President Jiang Zemin begins a week-long visit that could define U.S. relations with China for years to come. President Clinton plans to ask Jiang for several things, including human rights reform, trade expansion, and a Chinese herb said to have the power to straighten a bent penis. This week, an angry President Clinton demanded that Congress stop dragging its feet on something he has long championed, a medical bill of rights for U.S. citizens. In all, there are 10 items in the President's Bill of Rights, running from number 1, a rich, satisfying sex life is the foundation of good health, to number 10, a straight penis is not a privilege, it is a right. Mysterious Indonesian accused of illegally raising millions for the Democratic Party. Earlier this week, Secret Service logs showed that Mr. Wong had visited the Clinton White House more than 60 times. But on Friday, administration spokesman revealed that there are actually 2 John Wongs. Furthermore, they stressed that the John Wong who visited the White House is a different man. He isn't the fundraiser. He's the guy who killed Vince Foster. On Capitol Hill this week, 17 Republican congressmen formally asked the House Judiciary Committee whether there is sufficient evidence to begin impeachment proceedings against President Clinton. In response, the president said, quote, "Hey, you know who would have the answer to that question? Vince Foster." This weekend, veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, "boring and uncreative." Admitted Brinkley, "There was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body." The president's a murderer. You didn't know that?
We all love Norm, and this OJ situation on Update, that people have asked me, was Norm leaving, was it a direct result? Because I think you were writing for Update with him, right?
He was kind of the producer and co-writer with Norm.
Yeah, you guys were like locked in a room doing it. That was all you guys.
Yeah, Norm on Update was one of my successful projects at the show. Was one that it was entirely he was my candidate in a very crowded field, because the network had determined that they were not going to give Kevin another chance. I personally thought Kevin Nealon had been doing Update from the time Dennis left. And I personally, Neil Nisi Bonham about, the dead, but Herb Sargent was not doing Kevin any favors the way he was running Update. And it was hard to sort of to get help to Kevin, because
it had to go through Herb.
It had to go through Herb, and Herb was sort of like ran interference and wouldn't notes get through and everything. So
he didn't love my Update pieces either.
I felt like the second week I met Norm that he would be a perfect guy if Kevin, left the show or anything. And so when the network announced, it was Ohlmeyer going, no, Nealon's out. He's dead. He's gone. Forget about it. Not happening. So that started this thing where there were several different candidates, but Norm was my guy. And it sort of, he wasn't initially the favorite, but he sort of survived. And so as far as the OJ stuff is concerned, that, if you remember, the murders by persons as yet unknown happened in June of 1994, which is when we were having this meeting out in LA, which, by the way, ended. I was summoned out for the first time to have a notes meeting with, as head writer / producer of the show. And Lauren and I were out there at the NBC headquarters, and it was Don Ohlmeyer and Rick Ludwin and Warren Littlefield. I think Bernie Brillstein was in the meeting, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And
Talent
so they
manager.
were, and Ohlmeyer, they were very unhappy with the show because the ratings had dropped. And I thought we were on like a sugar high the year before that in 92, 93 from the Wayne's World movie, that that sort
And
of
we
was
had the
bound to come down.
political
Yeah, we had the
campaign.
debates and stuff, and so the ratings dropped, albeit to a rating number that they would die for
Kill
today.
for it. Yeah.
But anyway, so they were giving us their notes on what they didn't like and everything, and I had gone there. My marriage was falling apart because of the time at the show and stuff, and so I was sort of feeling like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. So my attitude was, I'm not going to do anything to save my job. I'm not going to beg or plead or agree to I'm going to just tell them what I think. And if they don't like it, it's just as 6-1 to me if I get fired or not. And in the end, that sort of backfired because I heard later, like, Ohlmeyer was impressed by your moxie. He did, which is not the intention. But anyway, so they were talking about update, and they just said, and Kevin had to go. I would never have I loved Kevin. I still love him.
He's
he was
unreal.
one of our. He was a great favorite with the writers. Yeah, and
you could have helped Kevin.
I could have. I thought if they had been willing to keep Kevin but get rid of Herb, I think that we could have turned that thing around. But anyway, that was not the option available. So anyway, but the meeting ended only because visiting hours were starting at LA County, and Ohlmeyer had to go visit OJ.
Wow.
That's why that meeting ended finally, mercifully. And so then when the fall came, there's a whole other story with how Norm came to be the guy, but Norm is doing update. And I told him at the beginning, I said, look, I don't mean anything, nothing about her, but attempts have been made in the past to help people doing update, and that her blocked all efforts because he got, was threatened and territorial and everything. And so I told Norm, like, look, we're not going to fuck around. We're not going to let Herb do to you what he did to Kevin. And so you can have your Herb meeting, but you got to have a later one with me, because I'm not fucking around this time. It's too important. And Norm said, yeah, that sounds great. So what would happen is, we first of all opened the piece up for the first time to lots and lots of writers. So you suddenly got a lot more writers contributing, and then we would just overrule decisions that Herb made I never even had a conversation with Herb about it. It was just, so to answer your original question, the way Norm came to be fired was we just did the OJ jokes because they were funny. It wasn't, none of us had a hard on for OJ or anything, but it was.
He was in the news every fucking day too. Like you can't avoid it.
Yeah. And so luckily the timing couldn't have been better. The trial opened just before we went on the air. And then the very next year, the fall of 95, the openings, the week of the first show, the verdict came back. And so, but anyway, he just, every week I would hear occasionally from Lauren, and I knew it was Ohlmeyer calling him to complain, but it was Lauren would go like, how is it that you and Norm seem to be the only people absolutely convinced of OJ's guilt? And I would go like, Lauren, come on. I think it's hurting us with black audience. And I said, first of all, we have no black audience.
The glove was very
small. Second, I think it could only help us because black people know that OJ did it. Come on. And so anyway, finally, we did the first season of Update, which was 94, 95. That was the trial. The second season, 95, 96 of Norm's Update, that was the aftermath of the trial and the civil trial, right? And then we threw in the 96, 97, the third season, just for shits and grins. We continued to do it. So I'm sure we did an OJ joke, at least one OJ joke every
show,
from 94, 95, and 96. And then finally, the fall of 97, that was Norm's fourth season, and the season we were fired. Fall 97.
Package deal.
There was nothing to do. There was nothing to do about OJ. It would have felt like
you feel it's overkill.
Well, no, that
No,
part
that's
we
Lauren.
liked. We liked the overkill. We always said,
of course.
In fact, I heard this quote much later, but I wish I'd known it. Joseph Stalin, someone comedy people don't normally quote, but Joseph Stalin said, "Quantity has a quality all its own."
Well, that was like the David Hasselhoff jokes too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we love, and let me just finish. So we opened that season, the fall 97, right? Spring 98. We didn't do any OJ jokes. We didn't do any OJ jokes for the first 8 shows.
Wow.
And then the Christmas, it was a long stretch of it was like the bombardment has stopped. And then suddenly, I think they stopped. They have stopped. It's peace in the valley. And then on the 8th show, we did 2 OJ jokes because there was the one thing about Latrell Sprewell. Remember, he was playing for the Knicks and he went nuts in a practice.
He choked the coach.
PJ Carlissimo.
Choked. Yeah.
So we did a joke about Johnny, and he hired Johnny Cochran as his attorney. And so we did a joke about it, and Cochran has vowed to find the real choker. And then there was OJ. If you remember this one, OJ was in a restaurant in Brentwood, and his presence was bothering some of the other patrons. So the manager of the restaurant said, "Mr. Simpson, some of our customers have they're concerned, and we were wondering if you wouldn't mind leaving." And so OJ sued the restaurant, but got something like $300, like a free dinner or something. So we did. Our joke was, in addition, the restaurant must now set up individual or separate murderer and non-murderer sections.
I knew it was
so.
Well, this week, after a Los Angeles restaurant refused to seat him, O.J. Simpson demanded and got $500 in compensation. In addition, the restaurant must now offer separate murderer and non-murderer sections.
OJ. So anyway, so we did that. That was the Saturday show. A couple of days later, I'm in New Canaan visiting my little son. And the first thing I see is the sound was off on the TV and he's sitting in his high chair. And he was like, 2 years old, I guess. And so he looks up at the thing and there's Chris Farley. But with the sound off, he didn't know exactly what it was. He starts laughing hysterically just at the sight of Chris Farley. And then the phone rings, and it's Mike Shoemaker from the show, who's a producer at the show. And he says, a couple of things. Chris Farley's dead, and you and Norm were fired.
Wow.
And so apparently, and later, guess what? It was like 3 years later, Norm told me, and he had never said this to me, because if our positions were reversed, I would have said it right away. He said, they told me like it wasn't, that they were only firing you, that I was welcome to stay. And I said, I won't do it without Downey. And so they said, okay, motherfucker, be our guest. So that's how Norm came to be fired. He went out of solidarity with me. So
well, I think it's probably smart because you made it. You guys together were really good. It probably would have.
He would have been.
He's
fine
great, but
me,
you're great, right?
Here's the problem with taking pictures.
Yeah.
Photographers are largely flamboyantly gay.
Right.
And so then when they take a good look for them is a flamboyantly gay look.
Right.
So when they take your picture, they want you to look flamboyantly gay, and then you're like, can I look a little less flamboyantly gay? And they're like, no, this is good. I'm like, I'm wearing a dress.
Well, again, it's tonight and tomorrow night. The Comedy Works in Larimer Square. Thanks so much for toughing it out without coffee. It's great to meet
fun.
you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, on
excellent suit.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
I
just
like that one.
Brand new. Oh my. Let's get back over to Angie and Chris, please.
Wait a minute. Norm, what is wrong, Norm, with flamboyantly gay?
Yeah.
I ask you.
I ask you, Norm.
Hit a little close to home this morning, didn't it?
Did you see this outfit? Did you see this thing?
This is what you should have worn for the headshot, Norm. Come on. Panache.
It is cool.
Huh? Come on.
You wore that between what he's wearing now and ending up in the dress. That was halfway.
It is cool.
Norm could have worn this.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Hey, Johnny Weir called. He wants his outfit back.
Oh, hey now. He's talking to you, too, not me.
I don't know who he's talking
I don't
to.
know. Maybe he's talking to me. Because Johnny Weir would look fabulous in this.
Look good in either one of these outfits.
Yes,
Did you meet him backstage? No, I haven't. I met Randy Travis, and I'm a huge country music fan, and George Jones is my favorite, so this is a big night for me.
Do you like the new country or you like the old country?
No, the new is gay. Well, I'm not gay, so I don't know much about Broadway musicals. And I've been told I can't ask you a question, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
It's more than we really wanted to know.
And you kind of surprised me because you did MTV Beach House recently, and there's a certain kind of person you expect to show up on the MTV Beach House, and I hear we'll be right back with MTV Beach House. Our special guest Norm MacDonald. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
It's this.
What was that?
It's this show on MTV, right?
I know.
And it's at a beach.
It's at a beach.
And they don't script anything. Like, they do like for anyway. So the dude, the host, was like, "Hey Norm, do you mind wearing a pair of trunks? Bathing trunks?" And I go, "No, I don't want to wear that, because I'm like my body's like all weird looking and everything." And everybody else is super hot ladies and super hot men. I don't, whatever.
Whatever you. Wow.
So
got an issue about that. All right, go ahead.
So I'm on the show, right? So they're saying, "Hey, come on, seriously, put on the trunks." I'm like, "No, man, I don't want to." So then they think this will be funny. They go, "Hey, we're going to show you a fashion show. Some dudes will come out, and show you you see what you think." I go, "What?" So all of a sudden, these three dudes come out, right, dancing around in their thongs and shorts and everything.
They're wearing thongs or shorts? Which one?
Bathing trunks, but some of them are like thongs where you can see their dirty arses. So, so I'm like watching it, and I'm like, oh,
like
man.
Chaucer. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm like, oh. I guess it is.
Okay, go
Old
ahead.
English. So I said, oh, yeah, no, I'm pretending to go, oh, yeah, that's funny, right? And
you do a lot of that at MTV, yeah.
So then the guy, the host, he goes to this one guy who was very, very, very gay. He goes,
what? How do you know that?
No, I mean,
you had a sign?
Yeah, he looked very, very gay. He says to this dude, he says, "Hey, I'll give you $20 if you lap dance on Norm." You know what I mean?
Right.
All of a sudden, this dude like, "Hey, $20." I guess he didn't have much money. Starts running towards me, right? So I look up. Here's this almost nude dude running towards me, right? So I think in my head, okay, man, pretty soon the guy's going to be writhing around on my lap with his ass, and I don't want that on TV, forever.
No, it's okay to talk about it, but you don't want to see it.
Right. They videotape that, and it's there forever. So, meanwhile, what can I do? You can't hit a guy because it looks bad. You know what I mean? Even though, of course, a woman could hit a naked guy running at him.
Sure, that's
fine.
okay.
But a man can't hit him. Yeah. So I have to think fast. It's only a second. So I bolt. I take off, right?
You started running too?
Yeah, running down the beach.
The guy catch you or no?
Yeah, and then I had to come back on. They're like, "Oh, Mr. Homophobic. I won't let a guy grind his ass into you."
You live here, of course, in the city because you're doing the show.
I live in New York City.
Yeah. This isn't a police interrogation. Are you sure? Where about? Where in the city do you live, approximately, not specifically? But...
I live at 56 between 8th and Broadway.
Okay, and what's your phone number? Just give me 7 digits. All right. What? Your neighbors nice people? The people that live around you?
Great people. Every day I meet somebody new. Mm-hmm. This city's great because of the neighborly people. I don't know. But I did meet one neighbor. Interesting story. That this guy he just moved in, you know, next door to me. So I'm always one to meet the neighbors.
You like to chat with the neighbors.
Yeah, because, you know, so I went over to the guy, I knocked on the door next door to where I live, and I say to the guy, I said, hey, I'm your new neighbor, you know, and I said, good to see you, you know, nice to run into you, you know, welcome to the neighborhood, you know. And so the guy, I said, what do you do for a living there, sir, you know, if you don't mind me asking? You know, what do you do for a living? I'm a nightclub comic, I tell the guy. So he says to me, he says, I work down at the University of Science there. He says, that's
a good school, by the way.
I can't remember the exact place.
Sure.
But he says, I'm a professor of logic.
Oh.
So he says, the guy says, logic. Now, what the hell is that? I never heard tell of that. He says, oh, well, he says it's a kind of a pattern of syllogistic. Well, he says it's hard to explain. He says, why don't I give you an example? So I said, fair enough. Why don't you do that? So the guy says, well, he says, let me ask you a question. He says, do you own a doghouse? So I go, yes, I do. He says, well, then that means you probably have a dog. I said, yes. He says, well, that means you're likely you have a family if you have a dog. I said, yes, I do. He said, well, then that means you got kids, you're married? I said, yes, I am. He says, well, then you're a heterosexual man. I said, yes, sir, I am. He says, well, you see, that's logic there. I asked if simply from finding out you had a doghouse, I made this series of inferences, and I found that you're a heterosexual man simply from the fact that you had a doghouse. Well, I said, good God, isn't that something?
Okay.
So I said, well, I won't waste any more of your time there, neighbor. And I said, I'll see you later.
See you around. Okay.
So I said, come by one day and have a chicken with me. So anyways, I left. So I left. So I go to get a bus, you know, to the bus stop. And I walk down to the bus stop, and I'm still thinking about this thing that happened to me, you know. And I'm standing at the bus, and no bus coming at all, you know, and 5 or 6 of us standing around, and one guy lights up a cigarette there, and he goes, as soon as you light up a cigarette, the bus comes. And he smokes the whole damn cigarette, no bus comes.
Right.
So I said to the guy, well, that theory really worked, huh?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, well, sometimes it works. Anyways, the guy goes, what's new with you? I go, well, I had an interesting thing happen to me today. I said, I met my neighbor. And he goes, oh, yeah? I go, he had a hell of an interesting job. I said, he's a professor of logic down at the University of
Science.
And so the guy says, is that so? He says, professor of logic. He goes, what the hell is that, logic? I said, well, it's a series of something or other.
Right.
I said, I can't remember exactly, but I said, I'll give you an example if you want to hear an example. So the guy goes, all right, fair enough. So I said, let me ask you this. I said, let me ask you a question. Do you own a doghouse? And the guy goes, no, I don't own a doghouse. So the guy says, oh, yeah, you're one of them gays.
And it worked, right? What great stuff you can learn at that
nice.
University of Science there.
And then the guy, get this. Get this.
There's more.
This gay guy invites me to have a chicken at his place.
That's some kind of euphemism. Watch out.
Magician David Copperfield has announced plans to open his own theme restaurant. The theme, I don't deserve my girlfriend. In one of the most amazing stories to come out of New York's blizzard of '96, supermodel Claudia Schiffer trudged over a mile through waist-high snow this week in order to make it to a photo session. Even more amazing, she sleeps with this guy. This week, supermodel Claudia Schiffer broke up with magician David Copperfield. Later, a devastated Copperfield wandered out onto the street and was hit by a bus. This according to the current issue of Things I Wish Really Happened. In other entertainment news, a religious group in Chile is trying to ban a new Claudia Schiffer film which features explicit lesbian sex scenes. According to the group, sex between two women is an abomination before God, almost as blasphemous as sex between a woman and David Copperfield. I don't know which is worse, which is more of an abomination. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. In a recent interview, Christy Brinkley suggested that football players should have special gloves connected to lights on their helmets. That way, when they catch the ball, you'll know who has possession. Read these and other interesting ideas in Christy's new book, I'm an Idiot. In Niagara Falls, Arthur Curley has been charged with trying to make his girlfriend swallow a small brass bear, then urinating on her and setting fire to the oxygen tube that she uses to treat her emphysema. Read all about this kind of relationship in the new book, Men Who Make Their Girlfriends Swallow Brass Bears, Urinate on Them, and Set Fire to Their Oxygen Tubes, and the Women Who Love Them. And in a recent interview, tenor Luciano Pavarotti says that he is so in love with his new girlfriend that he likes to run nude on the beach with her. Read all about this in this month's issue of Things That Make Me Vomit. That picture makes me vomit as well. Finally, in entertainment news, there are rumors that actor Don Johnson is dating 71-year-old San Francisco socialite Denise Hale. An observer who spotted the couple necking in a restaurant will have trouble getting an erection for the rest of his life. Well, newlyweds Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had their first argument this week. He wants kids while she wants fake kids. Only weeks away from parenthood, Pamela Lee Anderson and her husband, rocker Tommy Lee, are considering names for their new baby. If it's a girl, they'll name it after the mother and call it Pamela. And if it's a boy, they'll name it after the father and call it Lucky Bastard. So I was reading they're deciding what to call the baby. You understand? So they don't know. I'm with you so far, yeah. They say if the baby's a girl, they're going to name it after the mother. So they call it Pamela, right? But if the baby's a boy, then they're going to name it after the father. They're going to call it Lucky Bastard. He told it with such joy. I know.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I was a broken apart by you.
Oh, man, I'm sorry, baby. You know, I just love you so much. You know, it just gets me crazy, you know? Hey! Hey! Mr. Lee, I swear, me and your wife, we were just acting, right? Tell him, honey. Honey? No.
I've watched so many hours of his stuff. And I've met him, and he was like this comedic bar. Like, hey, we got Norm. You know, there's so much shit comedy. Then you see Norm, and you're like, this is next level. This is savant type shit. And then to lose him is like, Norm had 20 more years at least of just content and thoughts and his point of view, and we'll never get that, and that sucks. He's just one of those guys who describes the most basic shit that we all know, but it's funny because he points it out. Like his Letterman set, the last Letterman, when he goes, yeah, Germany decided to attack the world, and you're like, that's so true. And then he goes, who do you think you are, Mars? I mean, it's just so funny, those little things where he's just telling you facts, and it's funny. I met him once at the Comedy Cellar, and we chatted for 5 minutes, and then he went on and did the Letterman set that he did. He was running the Letterman set, and sweet guy, nice guy. I didn't know him that well, but I mean, he's just brilliant. And I also love a brilliant guy who does stupid stuff. That's a fun little combo there. Like silly guys who are actually brilliant also. He was the king. He was the best. I mean, if you could play the chairman of the board thing is probably his crown jewel in his panel.
There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Because he had so many great panel moments, the moth joke, all that shit. But
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office. Right?
You are correct.
But the one with the SNL, because a lot of comics are like, I don't give a fuck, I say what I want. This is the ultimate not giving a fuck. He goes on, he gets fired from SNL. He gets rehired to host years later. He's like, really? Okay. He's always hated them because they fired him. So he comes back and tanks the whole show in the monologue and then just does the show.
Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows.
He's my hero.
I love him to death.
Fun, maybe one of the funniest guys on the planet. Dave Attell, Norm, in that. There's something about those two.
National treasures.
I agree. And the fact that he's not like the biggest comic of all time is weird.
Well, he is to us.
I guess so.
The comics, I mean, he's not the biggest, but the comics, he's on. The Mount Rushmore keeps getting bigger.
I know.
Four heads is not a good enough amount.
You got to stop using that thing.
Yeah, it's a bad thing to say, the Mount Rushmore, but in the Hall of Fame.
One of the funniest guys on the planet, one of my heroes, huge influence on me. I've seen everything. I watch his YouTube probably every other day. I just put it on.
When I first met you and I saw you, I was like, oh, he's doing like a Jerry Norm thing.
Yeah, completely.
Seinfeld and Norm.
He had another special in him. He's great on podcasts. I just wish he made more. And I mean, look, he's got a lot of stuff out there, so I'm getting greedy. But I think he's one of the funniest people. I mean, no one sounds like him. Amazing jokes, great takes, brilliant comic. His gambling stories on Howard Stern are incredible. I read his book. I've seen everything he's done. This is
Dirty Work is a great comedy.
I love Dirty Work. I met him once at the Cellar, and I got a photo with him, and now I'm so glad I did. He did Last Comic Standing. He was the only honest judge. He would tell comics they were hacks. It was awesome. The comics hated him. Joe List did it, and he goes, Joe, you're a very good writer. And Anthony Jeselnik goes, hey, Joe, that Norm just called you ugly, which is such a great line. He would come in, and he would bomb a lot. He would have jokes that the audience would be like, oh. He had this one great joke. He's like, something, women are bad drivers. And they went, oh. And he went, well, I want you to know a woman wrote that joke. And they went, oh. And he went, I'm kidding. We don't hire women. You're like, yeah, that's a comic. Come on.
He just kept teasing him.
That's a fucking combo. He went this way, that way, then that way. I mean, he's the best.
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So, Now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
He's like on another level where he's invented certain things I never knew. Like he's taken comedy to this higher point, which I didn't know existed. I wish I could come up with an example.
He's another guy too that still does real comedy. Like when he goes on stage, he's fucking ballsy.
Yeah,
he swings.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
And he gets confused if everybody's mad. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Just a joke, yeah, folks.
He keeps it real.
I've got the board. It's spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Falls out of the chair. I mean, come on. That is
Epic
unbelievable.
moment. I wish they let the laughs go a little longer.
Yeah.
They shortened it, but yeah. Incredible.
You know, as a comic, we've all been in that moment where they're like, what do you got now? I mean, you handle hecklers all the time. You're swatting flies all day long. When you think of that line.
When Conan challenges you and you deliver, it's pretty damn cool. And
then to have that line, and he nailed it. I mean, to put that much pressure on you on TV and nail it, I mean, it just proves that he's on another level. B-O-R-E-D. Come on, to pull that out of your ass, that is something. And then the delivery, he's so excited. He's like a 10-year-old. I bet it's called B-O-R-E-D. It's like, oh, it's so funny. God, I messed up already. Ah.
Damn. Brutal.
Thank God we have all the footage at least. But Jesus, we'll never get anything new.
I mean,
I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you.
You don't have to pull this up because it's long, but there was a radio show, like a morning show, like you have to do on the road for press, and he's doing one, and he's like, well, you know, black people, they're poor. And the lady is like, oh my God, how can you say that, Norm? That is so racist. He's like, I'm reading the newspaper. I'm watching the news. I'm looking at the stats. They're poor. And she's like, oh my God. And all these black women call in. They go, Norm's right. We're fucking poor. It sucks. And he's like, you see? You see? It was such a great moment.
925 says, okay, Norm, come to my 5th grade class. I dare you.
Well, where does she? Is it in are there black people there?
Oh my God!
Where's
what does
the
that have to do
925?
with it?
Well,
Why is it harder if there's black people
Because
there?
black people are generally poor, and poor people are generally dangerous.
Oh my God!
Wow,
I can't
Norm.
believe you just went there.
What? Black people are rich?
Black people span all the strata.
No.
And you're saying
you
that
gotta
white
check
people
your
are
statistics.
poor. And, oh
no,
my
black
God.
people are poorer than white people. You didn't know that? Are you telling
Norm.
me that you think black?
What I'm saying is that I try not to pigeonhole people into black people are poor, not into the truth. Listen, there's a huge ignored middle class black population out there. How dare you say black people are poor and therefore dangerous?
Because I want them to be not poor. That's why.
And really, how are you what's your plan?
My plan is to first of all admit that the black people have less money than white people. Because we live in a racist
our phone
society.
number is 800-400-FM97. If you'd like to talk with Norm MacDonald, I'm sure he'd love to take your call
Absolutely.
right now. Michelle, you're on the air.
I just wanted to say that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And you need
that black people are poor? It's hilarious.
The teacher thing, and
Oh.
you need to probably act like you're not offended by that, because first, you don't have a right to act like you're offended, and that was funny as hell. He is right about black people being poor. You know it. I know it.
Oh,
and the
my
black
God,
people know
what
it.
has happened on the show?
Well, he taught us a lot today. I think moms.
Oh, it's a learning show.
Moms
Well,
an
Wait
easy
a
job.
second. Where have
Teachers
you
an
guys
easy
been
job.
living for the last 300 years in this
Steve,
country?
you're Paris. You are on the air.
I think that is completely untrue.
Go on.
Not all black people are poorer
Amen,
than
sister.
white.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's what you
No,
just said.
you said
I
black
said
people
black
have
people
less money
have
than
less
white people.
money than white people.
You
Yeah.
been to West Virginia? Because there's some white people with no money there.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, okay. You're saying one black person has more money than one white person.
What
True.
about Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. What about Eddie Murphy?
You're
Yeah.
saying by and
No,
large,
you're right.
if you
You're
break
right.
it down.
You're right. Yeah, of course, black people have less money than white people.
As
not
an average.
true. Not all black people have less money than white people.
Oh
but he's
my
talking
God.
in. Okay.
Oh my
We all
God.
get what he's saying.
Listen. Guys in wheelchair. There's a guy in a wheelchair that can go faster than me in a race. But if I said guys in wheelchairs are generally slower than me, come on.
The way you said it was so harsh that
Give your head a shake. Give your head a shake.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you. Hey, it's Danielle from Big Brother. Famously black woman.
Where's my 40 acres and a mule? I need my 40 acres and a mule. But you know what? He's right.
Yeah. Go on, Danielle.
I mean, if you think
School
about
us.
it, there's been cases where the same person will apply for a job, and at times the other race gets the higher pay. I'm just keeping it real, folks.
All right, thank you, Danielle.
Absolutely. I'm saying that having less...
Try to offend everyone equally.
Having less money or having or not having less money is not a product of your nature. It's that you don't have the money because the white people don't give you the money.
It's actually supportive of black people to say that, actually.
707
Of course
says...
I'm supportive of black people. I'm in a room of
You're
racists.
saying that to have justice,
Oh,
we should
my
all
God.
have
The 415. Do you want to keep him for the next segment? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm finding Norm to be somewhat on the offensive side.
You know what, though? I love that he's saying all this stuff and then looks over with a big smile.
I know,
and
big smile. He's like, oh, man, they're going to talk about this all day.
Well, I didn't know that everyone. I thought San Francisco was a little more open than.
No, San Francisco actually
they're
isn't.
racist?
No, they're not racist.
Well, so far, by the way, most people have agreed with me.
You're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Norm and his babysitter Steve will still be here, offending people left and right. Stevie Ray from.
We're not offending anyone but racists.
How do you figure? To make a sweeping generalization that belittles it is.
It's not a sweeping generalization. It's a statistical fact, and it belittles no one. It only states a fact that I hope we can change in this country. If we're going to pretend that black and white people make the same amount of money, then nothing will ever change. Come on, you know that.
Can't we just see it as everybody?
Well, we can see it any way you want it. If you want to
Sarah's
pretend.
looking for some
If you want to live in a fantasy world,
and you're not going to find it.
No, there's not a clean out.
You're digging.
I'm breaking.
You're digging deeper
we'll
and deeper.
be back.
Hey, I was driving in a car. You were kind enough to bring a car to bring this old chunk of coal here to the studio.
We send cars for our guests, yes.
Yeah, so I got in it, and I get material that way. So my driver.
What do you mean? How do you get material that way? You get in the car, and what happens?
My driver tells me a joke.
The driver we sent to pick you up told you a joke.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell it now on the show.
Yeah, that's how I get a lot of my material.
I was wondering about the moth joke and the dolphin joke that you told on the Conan O'Brien show, which I watched. It's an embarrassing amount of time. I was just wondering, like, going into those story jokes, the shaggy dogs or whatever, was there an agenda that you were steering away from? Like, what did Conan think you guys were going to talk about? And would he just have you on the show just be like, come and just tell jokes because you're not going to know anything?
Well, when Conan started, we would go on his show. And I started Saturday Night Live at the same time that Conan started his talk show. And so he wasn't that successful, so he'd always phone me and go, the lady with the potato chips canceled, and fill in, And so a man only has so many stories, so I had my one. And I told that on the first show. But the way for instance, like the moth joke, I was on Conan, and he said, you're going to be on one segment, so I did this segment. And then at the end of the segment, he goes, you got to do another segment. I'm like, but I got nothing to say. And then I remember Colin Quinn told me this joke that said like a moth was into a podiatrist's office. And he says, oh, I have all these problems. And the podiatrist goes, why did you come in here? And he goes, the light was on. And so I said, maybe I'll do that joke, but that joke only takes 8 seconds. So I know a thing has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's what I've always heard, even though I don't fucking understand what the fuck it means. So I put a big, long middle. But yeah, with Conan, I just... What I do is, you have to, in these talk shows, they they have these people called pre-interviewers, and you tell them the story, and they go to the host, and they tell the host the story, and then you tell the host the story that he's already heard. So you feel like you're a goddamn fool. So instead, I would make up stories to tell them. And then so, let them go, I understand you got a haircut. And I go, no, I don't got no haircut. So after a while, they just let me do it. And they were all very kind men, very, very funny men.
Guess we're not in LA. It's not as scary.
Oh.
Well, I'm saying LA is.
Dang. You can feel it. You can feel it.
Do we race downstairs?
No. You just want to go
downstairs. Yeah, I do too. Fuck it.
I want to go downstairs. No, you don't want to be in an elevator.
I was say I don't want to take the elevator or go down 64 flights.
It'll be done.
5 years.
You'll be like.
It's 4th of July and it's in Trump Tower. I understand.
Let's just talk about this.
What's the most exciting thing that has happened to you this year?
The most exciting thing?
Mm-hmm. Do you get excited?
No, I don't remember anything exciting happening to me. I mean, that earthquake was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The fault line.
Reminded you of that that Giants World Series.
That's right.
Another endless day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all I need.
Where did you start comedy, Norm? What if all my questions were so formulaic? What makes Norm MacDonald tick? We'll find out. We'll be right back after this.
What's your favorite curse word?
Anyway.
Larry King, he's interviewing now. You got to watch him because you got to watch.
Have you done Larry King?
I did him as from his news and views. But on the Larry King now, you can notice he's getting really old, and he's like seen everything. Like he's interviewed everybody, and he's desensitized to everything. So like there'll be a guy on anyways, my son went missing and died. And Larry King goes, they say there's nothing worse than burying a child. Paul Newman told me that. But no, like emotion at all.
But that they say there's nothing worse. Oh, can you put a little love in that?
The first death, always the worst. Just a grisly.
Oh,
but he's seen it all.
Who used to say that he could have? Dana Gould used to say that.
Superman.
Dana Gould used to say his guest will be like, today on our first half hour we have the President of the United States, and then coming up later, Charo. or like Dana used to say, who was it? The Lamb Chop and Jerry Lewis.
There was one guy, I don't know who it was, but he had Larry King, and he had Superman as the guest. It was like, Superman, one word, kryptonite.
How long ago was this?
I don't remember who did that. He is the greatest to watch, though, isn't he?
I like watching him, actually. Is that wrong? I still think he's pretty good.
I actually did something for CNN.com, and it was in the studio where he does his show, and I couldn't believe how chintzy his studio seemed. It was just a desk and nothing. It's nothing. It's a desk and then the.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I'm like, wow, it's almost like he's doing a radio show. Like this is much nicer than his studio. For sure.
That's what Rickles always goes. He goes, you see him now. He goes, he's interviewing Netanyahu, and then later he's with Bill
from Wyoming.
Sid from that
anyway
neighborhood, Nate now.
You know why I like Larry King? Because he gets Don Rickles, and that says somewhere deep down he gets it.
Oh, definitely.
And I always think, doesn't it seem like when he has Bill Maher on and when he has Jon Stewart on, that he likes them and agrees with most of their views?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Jimmy?
I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of the Larry King, but
me neither.
He seems like a nice guy. I don't know.
He was one of those guys when he was on radio. He was like Tom Snyder.
I listened to him on radio.
Yeah.
I liked him on radio.
And on those guys, those old broadcasters on radio, it's like they knew everything.
Yeah, and then he would rant a lot more on the radio. Like he was more interesting, and then now it's just he's more of just a bad interviewer.
Right.
Like one time I saw him interviewing friends. Like I guess his thing is that he doesn't prepare, so he's like he's asking questions like the common man would think.
Right.
So, but it really hinders him because then he doesn't do any homework. Like he had the cast from Friends on, which is a show he obviously had never watched, and he's like, "You, what's it like working with all these people?"
That's hilarious.
You, I'm like, you can't. It's Courtney Cox.
So do you think when Jerry Seinfeld got a little upset or hurt or whatever it was, there was some legitimacy to that? Do you remember that?
No, tell me what happened.
Do you know? I mean, I know, but my version might be blurry. So if you have a better, well, he said something about now that your show got canceled, or something like it got canceled. Am I wrong?
No, you're.
Oh, I don't want to give the bad version of it, but Jerry was like, Larry, my show was on for 10 years. You do know that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
We weren't canceled. We went out #1.
And he said
Larry
that
King's like, well, it's off.
Yeah, something like that.
But Larry King probably just forgot.
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did. So.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented. Is this still CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But... Yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last episode.
Boy, you don't take it so bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
B-movie opens... B-movie
Can we get a resume in here for me?
B-movie opens
Larry
tomorrow.
Can go over?
Hey, we'll be right back.
He called Ringo George.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? Don't we all do that though? I mean, haven't we all leave the guy alone? He's 90.
Go
ahead.
I'm leaving him alone. I'm leaving him alone.
Where were you when John passed? George, where were you?
George? No, this is Ringo.
Ringo, where were you?
I was in the Bahamas.
I was getting to it when George.
I was. No, you weren't, Larry. You've got Shut up! his name It's my wrong. turn. I know, but you've got your name wrong, I Ringo. know. National Give him television. a break. We can't anyway, play it. It's I live. was in the Bahamas.
And we're going to read jokes. We read jokes.
I thought you were going to talk about this thing.
We're going to talk about the man. What about the man grate?
Is that like a genital cleanser?
No! No, my God. What is the man grate, you ask?
Okay.
Huh?
Fine, I didn't, but...
You didn't ask. It is 100% made in America. Cast iron grilling grates.
Iron. You don't pronounce it iron.
That's what everybody tells me.
It's the iron horse. Like Lou Gehrig was the iron horse of baseball.
Yes.
The word I-R-O-N is iron. No, iron.
Cast iron.
Iron?
Cast iron grilling grates that are
kidding when you say iron?
You know what? Don't be like fucking Larry King. That motherfucker, I say iron and he's up my asshole for fucking 4 days.
It should be iron. That's what makes English the world's toughest language.
Yeah?
You know, right? Sure.
It is the
Because
toughest language.
language to
me,
learn.
it's the easiest. Man, great.
grate. Have you heard of the man grate?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear about it?
On Adam Carolla's podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Do you have a father? Man grate is the perfect gift for this Father's Day. Is he alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% made in America. If he was dead, it would have been a really bad moment in the commercial. Your dad's alive?
No.
Fuck. God damn it. I'm sorry about your dad.
That's fine.
Your father's dead. But you have children. You are a father.
Yes, and I'm not dead.
Yes.
Maybe you'll give me one. And
I'll give you one. Is your mom still alive?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
Jesus Christ, is any of your relatives fucking alive? It's man grate. They're revolutionizing the way people grill. What, Adam Egan? It's true. You haven't heard of the revolution? You can put chicken on this or steak. That's not that unique. It has heavy duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
These are very heavy.
Yes, no, but that's part of the charm. It weighs a lot of pounds.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. Listen, man, what was that fucking Vegas story?
Jesus Christ. Sorry. What is in that?
Again. It's revolutionizing the way people grill.
Jesus.
What?
I thought it was like a, all right.
You want to hear what it has?
Yeah.
It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Listen. No more dry meat. What do you think of that?
Good. You want your meat juicy.
Oh, come on now. Don't make it sound like a fucking fat, plumpy, delicious cock. No more flare-ups. You know, in your barbecue, there's always big flare-ups. It was named one of 2012's best grilling accessories. There's more fucking facts about the man grate than about Nick. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate. Chicken, steak, has never tasted so good. Hey, how about this? Each NORM MACDONALD show order comes with a heavy-duty grilling brush.
Jesus.
You don't want to put that on your not dry meat?
Look at that. Those things are dirty.
No.
That's from the iron.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, it's not from my cock.
What?
I just went to the bathroom. You say cock so much.
I'm coming in your butt.
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
your mouth is my toilet.
Again. This commercial is like a mini-series. Are you a jingoist? 100% made in America. 100% cast iron. Mangrate.com. Thank you, Andy. That's yours. You just threw your own going away present with contempt to the floor. That was our only sponsor.
Oh, yeah, and you lost.
Yeah, now we found out we lost Man Grate as a sponsor. And then earlier today, I think we were told legally we can't say we lost them as a sponsor even.
Yeah, I think we were still waiting to find out if we were allowed to say that.
But anyways, that was Schwartz.
We lost them.
That was Nick Schwartz that fucked it all up.
I was at a party with a friend and I noticed you first, and you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town. Seduct so good.
One of your lesser known, but one of my favorite things you've ever done is a commercial you did for the Man Grate.
God. That's an online only thing, don't you think?
It's got like 100,000, maybe a couple of million views. And I just want to know, did they ever come around to your interpretation of their ad and their product?
No, well, what he's referring to is I have this podcast that, I do this podcast, I don't make any money off it. And then they're like, do this commercial. I'm like, fucking, I don't even make any money. And so there was this goddamn thing called a man grate. And it weighed like 100 pounds. It was supposed to be some sort of cooking device for steak. And I had to read all this thing. And I couldn't even lift it. And I was like sweating profusely. And talking about what it was. And then, I don't know.
It gets very colorful.
Like what?
It gets very colorful.
It gets very colorful. Yeah, and I'm not going to say what I said here in a house of worship. But no, they never came around to seeing the...
that sponsorship ended.
That sponsorship ended without amicability.
Actually,
Oh, Brock Lesnar is here.
I'm here. Norm has to go.
Oh, you have to leave?
Your people.
Norm's a busy man.
Your people are telling us that you have to go. If you want to stay, it's up to you.
Quick break?
You run. We start with in a few minutes. I'll talk to Brock.
Go.
You run.
Okay. Yeah, I just want
to. Norm and Brock will sit there, and if you could stay, you can stay. If not,
I want to get a picture of Norm.
take your thing off. No, give your thing on.
Could you snap a picture?
Brock, come sit.
Hey, Brock, come on over. It's just a busy day.
Yeah, they snuck in.
Someone show Brock where he is.
Brock's right here. Oh, he's waiting for the picture.
Okay,
I finally meet you guys, man.
All right. Colin, you're out of here too. Later, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
Colin Quinn, Long Story Short, premieres on HBO a week from Saturday at 10 p.m. See you soon, Colin.
Hi, Melinda. That's your ex?
Yeah.
Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do you want to? Here you go, buddy.
Where'd Colin go?
Colin just ran out.
Fucking mess. I love it.
It's a clusterfuck.
You stay around. Colin, where you going?
We actually are on the air.
Hi, Brock. How are you?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Thanks for coming in.
You know Norm MacDonald behind you, just so you know the people? That's Norm.
Colin Quinn and Norm MacDonald.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Good.
I'll be back. I'm just
Ant's just taking a lot of pictures.
All right, can they do it out? They can do it outside, right? Can they take the pictures outside? Oh my God! All right, we're taking pictures. Brock Lesnar, you really walked into a clusterfuck, but we're happy that you're here. Thanks for coming.
Morning.
Yeah, thanks for doing our show. It wasn't easy to get you on the show.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do it.
What time did you get up this morning?
Way too fucking early.
Can we do this outside? Can we everybody do this outside, please? I'd like to fuck with everybody, but Norm.
Nice to meet you.
I love you, Norm. Good seeing you, buddy. I'm happy you're here. But, no, I love you very much, actually.
because he loves Brock Lesnar more.
Because I'm happy Brock is here, and people are doing a photo session in the fucking booth.
Don't wear it out.
We knew this would be a clusterfuck.
That's all right.
I want to ask him about the 50,000 he lost on a home run, but next time. Yeah. Norm MacDonald was great on the show today.
Oh, yes, he was.
Holy shit. Brock,
all
sorry.
right, Brock is here.
Sorry, Brock.
All right, now we are ready.
Yes.
For Brock Lesnar.
No.
Yeah.
Feelings flowing up and down, picking up the pieces that you left behind, hitting a new type of flow, breathing in the smoke and clearing up my mind. The thoughts of you, I never knew what the hell you got me into.
Because MMA is harder. I mean, it's like, not that wrestling isn't a grind, but MMA, you're really being hit a lot harder than you're getting hit in wrestling. In the face, I mean, guys like Shane, first of all, Shane Carwin, how did you survive that? I couldn't believe that you kept
I got a head like a horse.
I have other things like a horse.
As the old refrain goes, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. And then there's Andy Rooney.
I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about people. People are everywhere nowadays. It seems like you can't go anywhere without bumping into some people. People follow you when you're shopping, they ask you for directions, and sometimes they ask you what time it is. People never know what time it is. They have to ask you. There are over 4 billion people in the world. That's a lot of people. And I suppose most people like each other all right, but I don't. I don't like people, and I never have. I guess that makes me bad. Advertisers are always using people to help sell their products. Here's something called cornflakes. It's got a picture of some people on the box. I guess we're supposed to think, well, these people like cornflakes. Guess I will too. But I don't think that. I don't like people, and I don't like pictures of people either. There's even a magazine now about people. It's called People Magazine. This issue has a picture of some fellow's head on it. Bet that's a good article. Here's a box of letters from different people. Seems there's nothing people enjoy more than writing me letters. Here's one from Washington. This one's from Ohio. Here's one from North Dakota. This one's from Paris, Texas. Now, I don't know where Paris, Texas is, but I do know this. I'm getting pretty tired of cities in Texas naming themselves after cities in France. Here's one from Chicago. This one's from Iowa. Here's one from Iowa, too. This one's from Montana. Here's one from some place called Kansas City. Here's one from Wisconsin. This one's from Arizona. Here's one from Las Vegas. Here's one from Virginia. Oh, and here's another one from West Virginia. This one's from Indiana. I don't know where this one's from, but it's yellow and it has a big stamp on it. This one's from Colorado. Here's one from Michigan. I receive about 100 of these letters every single day. I never open them. I don't like opening them. I set fire to them. Then I pour water on the box of burning letters to put out the fire. Then I take the whole mess and I dump it out my window on the people below. People don't like that much, but I like doing it to them. I suppose that makes me bad.
We'll be back next week with another edition of 60 Minutes.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I was a bro. Get apart by you.
And now, a few minutes with Andy.
I have quite a few bad habits, which I'm not going to talk about now because I only have a few minutes. But swearing and using dirty words is not one of my vices. I don't use foul language, and I don't like to hear anyone else use it either. It doesn't make me a wonderful person, but I like this about myself, or I wouldn't be telling you about it. You don't hear dirty words on broadcast television very often, except on cable and satellite, because 30 years ago, the Federal Communications Commission banned their use in broadcasting. It was the right thing to do, but I know what words I think are okay to use and which ones are not, and I don't need the FCC to tell me what they are. Later this year, the Supreme Court will be deciding whether some broadcasters should be fined by the FCC for the brief use of those dirty words. They call them fleeting expletives. No one has ever explained what harm dirty words do, but it's like bad manners. I mean, life is a bootstrap operation, and dirty words may not be much, but they diminish the quality of all our lives by just a little bit. I think if the Federal Communications Commission left broadcasters alone, there would be very little profanity on the air because most people just don't want it. And if listeners don't want it, broadcasters wouldn't give it to them. I was in the Army for 4 years. I know all the four-letter words. I just don't want to be reminded of them on broadcasts. But I don't want a lot of government agencies trying to regulate what I can say or hear on the air either. Language is one of the best tools ever invented for anything, and English is by far the best language. We should be careful using it, though, so I'll damn well decide for myself what I can say and what I can't say.
I'm Scott Pelley. We'll be back next Sunday with another edition of 60 Minutes.
You took a lot of flack for saying in the art of, for some things that you said in the Hollywood Reporter, saying that you were kind of glad that the Me Too movement has slowed down, and we don't really know you as a guy who, you know, really comments on very much that's gone on. So what were you trying to say? Yeah.
Well, I was, you know, print reporters, they ask you questions and they put them all together. What I was talking about was Chris Hardwick, this particular comedian. Right. That was a friend of mine. And, you know, if 500 women go against a man, obviously the guy's guilty. But then the Chris Hardwick one, it was one woman against one man. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, so I was saying that I thought it was good that the pendulum was slowing, and Chris Hardwick has been as rehabilitated as he's going to get. He still tells me he can't walk down the street without people yelling stuff at him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's all I was trying to say.
We went from not listening to them to now it's you know, it's ridiculous. Like that Believe Women. It's like all of them. How about 85%? I'll give you 87%, all right? But that last 13% that keys your car, lights your shit on fire, and puts a family pet in a pot of stew. I miss, tougher parenting and evidence. Those are the things that I miss from my childhood.
Evidence?
Yeah.
You mean
due process?
Right.
Somebody says something happened, and then someone else goes, well, I said it happened this way, like the old Gumshoe shows. Then they had to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't exist now on social media. It's just
right.
Like it's just frontier justice.
Right.
You feel how nervous everybody just got in here? The fact that I just suggested that there should be due process? This guy's talking crazy, man. Did he just join ISIS? Yeah. This is what it is.
What I'm saying.
And then the woos that they agreed, but they didn't agree when it counted.